Hello, everyone, and welcome into the fantasy football universe. We are here kicking off 3 hours of draft coverage. This is going to be a long time. And we are already improving, and we have not even started the show. We were supposed to be starting with Kevin White of DLF, but instead we are starting with Rich King of King Fantasy Sports. How's it going, Rich? Thanks for joining us.
I'm good. As I said to you guys just before we went, I had my nap, got the kids down at like a good 7 o'clock. I went for my sleep at 7:30. Set my alarm for midnight. I'm ready.
While we are discussing people who are going to be taking a nap, I should mention that before each pick, I am going to be making my own personal selection. And for every one I get wrong, I am going to be taking a shot out of this bottle of my favorite Jim Beam Red Stag. It's black cherry bourbon. So you may witness, this may actually, I know it looks like a fantasy football podcast. It may be a live snuff film. Just saying. How about you, Jesse? What's going on with you? You excited to watch me die on air?
Yeah, I got some plumbers in the background. My dog is barking at them. We are full steam ahead. We are ready for this draft time. Let me tell you, chaos everywhere. This is my life.
I just want to not have to do any more mock drafts without landing spots. But the downside to that is tomorrow we're going to be bombarded with more mock drafts because everyone's going to be doing their first mock draft with landing spots and that bullshit. So I guess we will just wait. So we've got the Bears on the clock. Did I bring up the graphic? Yes, I did. So the Bears, these draft needs are not necessarily in particular order. This one is. Some of them I have all over the place. They look like they need a QB. They are the obvious destination here for Caleb Williams. They could also use receiver, edge, O-tackle, offensive line, pretty much everything. So what do you guys think here? This one's we're gonna get off to a slow start here, I think, because this one seems like the pretty obvious pick. Everyone's just kind of expecting Caleb Williams, and if it's not, I think it's gonna be a long night. So where do we begin with this one, guys?
I don't know. I would be shocked if anyone else's name even comes up. That's where I'm at with it. If we don't go Caleb here, I wonder what the Bears are doing to themselves. Just take the quarterback.
You think when they're on the clock here, the NFL's got to tell them, hey, motherfucker, use your full clock, right? Because, they've had all this time. They know who they're taking. It's like they'll go through 9.5 minutes of the 10-minute clock and then walk up and take Caleb Williams. And it's like, what took you so long? But the NFL's telling them to milk it here, right?
Yeah, I think a couple years ago, some team got in trouble for that. They went too early, and the NFL was like, no. We got to milk this time. You need to slow your roll. I can't remember if it was Jacksonville or whoever it was, but yeah, they got fined by the NFL or something. Just too funny.
You expecting anything out of the ordinary here, Rich? No, hey?
No, I mean, I'd love for absolute draft day. Like the movie, like some absolute chaos. Like they just decide they're going to take like Joe Alt or something like that.
I would not like that.
I mean, it's not going to happen, is it? Like Caleb Williams is, he's been the number one pick since midway through last season, and it was pretty much like who's going to get him. Same as a couple of years ago, we had the tank for Trev. It's Caleb Williams, and we'll just I guess we'll just watch adverts until they get that pick in, right?
I've had the coverage on for 4 minutes, and I think they showed the stage, and I've seen nothing else but commercials. So I love how this starts off. It's just like
that's why the NFL don't want them to make the pick too early.
Yeah, because it's like we can run another 12 commercials. So why would we want to make the pick?
What I actually really like is so over here. So I get we get the American commercials on my official NFL stream, which we don't normally get in real life, right? In day-to-day life, which is crazy. Seeing the difference in adverts is crazy, especially on these medicine ones.
I go like that for the Super Bowl because I'm in Canada, and I don't know how many times where I'll watch the US feed, and so one of my buddies, I'll say, hey, did you see that commercial? It was hilarious. And they'll say, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And then I'll realize they're watching the Canadian feed that has completely different commercials. So you underestimate it Jesse, you don't have to worry about it. You're in the States, so you're getting all the commercials.
We get all those just ridiculous commercials for oh, you have this disease? Here you go. Here's all the side effects, and they're twice as bad as the actual disease. And I'm just like, what are we doing here, folks? But it's entertaining. I'll give them that.
So when he's like, you've got a mild headache, one of the side effects of this medicine. You're like, oh, doesn't really seem like it. Like that's great.
Yeah, but I don't think the payoff is worth it. I would deal with them wild headaches. Thank you very much. Exactly.
Yeah, no, I think we get.
We are.
I think the top end of this draft is going to be very done, right? Like Caleb Williams is going to go 1. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which QB goes 2. But
do we know if they're officially even on the clock yet? Because I see the pick out, like I see the team up and the pick, but it doesn't actually say. Have we not even kicked this thing off yet? Or they just going to keep milking this, and then it's going to say, "Oh yeah, he hasn't even come up and say." Did he come up? I have it on mute. Did Goodell come up and say the Bears are now on the clock? Or what?
I don't think they actually have. I don't think I've seen them say that they're on the clock yet. And they've at the moment on this. Okay, time to commissioner is 1 minute 20 seconds.
So they're not even officially on the clock yet.
No, but I mean, like they've been on the clock for the last like however many months.
Yeah, and they still haven't made the freaking pick. So great,
Exactly.
Just outstanding. It's gonna be a long night.
Yeah, that's like a sporting event when they're like tune in at 5:15. It starts at 5:30. It's like, yeah, exactly. That's what you got to build a little bit of suspense. Get it going.
Tyler's not wrong.
You can't rush quality.
These
No,
streams
not at
can
all.
be brutal. Tyler is not wrong.
That's a sentence to use, by the way, gentlemen. When your wife is giving you jobs to do, and you've not done them yet, you just say like you can't rush quality. That's for everybody. That everybody can use that. No worries.
Nice. I like it. I keep looking over going, hey, maybe there's something for us to talk about here. Nope. This is a commercial with Barry Sanders and Aiden Hutchinson. All
right, so let's go this. Who do you guys think is the first team that trades up in the draft to get there? What is it? Pick 4, pick 5? Where are we thinking that trade?
If you don't say the Vikings, then it's I think you're doing it wrong. Like they clearly made moves so they could move up with the two first round picks. That they're going to be making a move. It'll be interesting to see up to where they get. Obviously, the Chargers is the one that's being heavily rumored, just because you got so many kind of needs and the way they're trying to rebuild their offense, essentially letting everybody leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like no Eckler, no Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams. I mean, the Keenan Allen loss in particular for me breaks my heart because I always used to love a DFS lineup where just go Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, work out the rest. Like that connection was beautiful. But
did you see how slick they are here? They bring Roger Goodell out with Eminem just so he won't get booed. They're too busy cheering Eminem to boo him.
Did you see?
That's the meta move, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's smart.
They had Marvin Harrison Jr. come out earlier, and he got booed by the Detroit fans. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. So nobody is unafraid of boo. So I love it. It's off to a great start.
Good God. They love to draw this shit out. I like how at least and that's the nice part about, night 2, things go a little quicker and the clock is shorter. They draw this shit out. I remember last year watching it at a bar and it was like, oh, a pick an hour later.
You're like, wait, what just happened? It's like, oh yeah, they picked. But this is entertaining. We can just
and then they fire off a whole bunch in a row.
Okay, so now we're bringing out a whole bunch of the.
Who was that? St. Brown. Oh, St. Brown and Hutchinson.
Goff was what was out first. Yeah, they bring it. Calvin Johnson, obviously.
Barry Sanders is there too. Sounds good, Tyler. I can help you with an AI thumbnail. Oh, Barry, they got everyone out here. They're just milking this, hey? Good God.
I mean, we have not had much good football in Detroit, so I do not blame them for milking all this opportunity they can. Even though the team is good now, it's been a long, long time. So enjoy your time to shine, Detroit.
If I look out the window, I can probably see this. This is probably right across the river, and it's like 5 minutes from here. But my kid had surgery today, so I got to sit here. And it figures the 1 year it's in Detroit, I get to watch it from home because my kid was not feeling well. So who is this on the mic? St. Brown?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Trying to lead chance of Jared Goff.
Oh, okay. See, because I've got it on mute because I'm listening to you guys. It looked like he was freestyle rapping. He was chanting Jared Goff. That's what was going on. I'm like, are the Lions rapping right now? Is that what we're doing? But this is painful to watch. Get this shit. Oh, unless he sings, he's gonna sing Billie Jean. I feel like I should get my remote and unmute this just in case he breaks into a Billie Jean.
If he breaks into Billie Jean, that might be the best draft day moment in the world.
It's a sec.
I'd be on board.
Oh, now we've got Barry up here. You guys synced up with me? Is Barry just coming up on yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd never know it's outdoors, hey?
Is it though? Because it's covered, right? Like,
well, it's half covered. It's a huge. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the half globe there, where it's covered on the part.
Yeah, it's like those new age stadiums you see where they like 90% is covered. They're like, we're just gonna leave a little bit of air for you.
It's an amphitheater, so the side they're showing is covered. The rest isn't. So. What's he saying? Are they on the clock now? Or is he still talking?
It's just thanking Detroit for, being
Oh,
great.
There we go. I'm getting notifications that the clock is he's officially on the clock. So the guys who are there live, I think, have a few seconds ahead of us. So
yeah, there's a few guys that will spoil the picks if you want to pay attention to that.
I will go on record here and say my first pick for a shot is going to be Caleb Williams. For God's sake, if this isn't Caleb Williams, I'm gonna have a long night, man.
Just call it a night. If it's not Caleb Williams, just call it a night.
If this is Caleb Williams, your stream is going to go ballistic because all of a sudden, all of the mock drafts that have been written for the last however many months all go out the window.
If this isn't, well, we've had actually a lot of Jaden Daniels, but if this is if this isn't Caleb Williams, my show's about to get very entertaining because I'm going to be dying on air. But
I just want to see some Vontae Mack, no matter what kind of moment on a post.
Just pull out the piece of paper too. It'll be
love
perfect.
it.
Like yes,
love
it's
it.
Like trade back. No, I'm just taking my guy here. Like all right, Sonny, take it easy.
Have not won a playoff game since 2010. Second longest drought. What's the longest drought? Dolphins. Detroit? Dolphins. Detroit won 2 playoff games this year.
I know. I was gonna say
Dolphins.
Cardinals.
Yeah, they're up there. They haven't been in the playoffs in a long time.
I would. Somebody Google this. I would have thought it was the Dolphins.
I think the Dolphins are they have the longest streak, but I'm not sure.
Longest streak of not winning NFL playoff games.
Dolphins. 23 seasons, baby.
I was going to say, because I remember hearing this before, and I said, wait, the Dolphins made the playoffs the last year, but they haven't won one since the 90s. So last time they won one, Dan Marino was the quarterback. So
hey, they beat my Seahawks that year. It was lovely. I remember that game. And then they got stomped out by Jacksonville 62-7 or something. I was like, well, Seahawks weren't winning anyway, so never mind. This was back when the Seahawks were in the AFC. That's how long ago it was.
Ryan McDowell's tweeting out that it's Caleb Williams at 101. I don't know if he actually has inside information on the pick here or if he's just assuming. We'll see.
I mean, it feels like it's a safe assumption to make.
Yeah, it is. But you really want to be the one who's wrong and calls it out, and they're like, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot." So you wonder if it's not impressive when he calls out Caleb early, but you just wonder if they were. Yes, the Bears are being told to milk the clock. Yes, thank you. We know. Which is funny because the Bears milking the clock works out great for the NFL. Except for everybody else who's doing these 9 million streams who are sitting here now going, what the fuck do I say?
Just make the pick, it's hard to kill the time when it's we all know it's going to happen.
Yeah, especially the 101. I get if you start milking at the 102 or 103, but the 101, it's you knew what you were going to do. And look, they're not talking. They're all sitting there screwing around. The pick's already in, is what they're doing.
Nudge your guy on the shoulder, hey, we got 60 seconds here. What are we doing? Let's talk about how's the day going? Just bring small talk out because it's the opposite of last year where it was Bryce and Stroud, all those guys where we didn't know. This year we'll be known for.
Oh, Caleb's picking up the phone. Oh, yeah, they cut away. They cut away. You sons of bitches.
Yeah, but is he picking up the phone and he's like, yeah, no. Papa John's, deliver it to the back entrance.
I'm really hungry. I've been eating all day.
I want another CD Lamb phone moment where the girlfriend takes his phone and he's like, "Bitch, give me that back." Those are the best, the awkward draft moments.
No, I mean, awkward draft moments last year when you had Will Levis, who was like, is he going to go early? And then he just sat there for the whole time. Like,
I know. Then it looked like his fiance or girlfriend almost left him mid draft. By like about pick 10, she was like, "Who else is in this draft room that I can go home with?"
It's almost like, look, this girl is no mid first round draft pick. Okay, she's early in the first round. There's no way I'm staying with him. Second round, Oh no, they've got someone on the phone in the Chicago room as well.
Oh.
So maybe then.
Yeah. That's been talking to Caleb. Notice they're not showing
the
Caleb again. Yeah. I got a sneaking suspicion I'm not drinking on this one, boys.
I mean, it might just be chatting and going, "How do you feel about us taking Joe Alt this pick?"
That'd be so good.
I know that we've spoken about bringing you in, but
you think they're calling Caleb Williams to ask what his opinion is of them drafting Marshawn Lloyd 101? Is that what the call is here?
Yeah,
that's exactly it. They're like, "Look, do you think we'll look really stupid if we don't take you?"
Yeah, probably. I love it.
Yeah, we see the scouting report on your teammate, Marshawn Lloyd. Give us the details, Caleb.
Yeah, give us some more details. But I mean, like the way Chicago have signed players this offseason, right? We've got to hope that they're going to actually start throwing the ball, right?
That's the hope. I mean, they moved on. They brought in Waldron out of Seattle, which I'm very interested to see how the offense is going to play now, because it's no longer the Justin Fields just run for your life for 20 seconds and get some yards. I actually have some pass catchers and ideally the quarterback. So it should be fun. I don't know how they're going to use Waldron and these skill players.
Jesse, man, where's your kid? The one time she's not on the stream entertaining us, we could use someone on here, man. Get your kid in here to run amok like she usually does.
I mean, yeah, she's just running around half naked, enjoying herself, living the good life.
Now all of a sudden we have nothing to fill the air, and she suddenly behaved.
I know, wild. She's with my wife. They're doing a play date with a friend or something. I was like, we should be good, because she would just be hanging out with the plumbers, asking them what they're doing and trying to get involved. So
they can't really milk this entire clock, can they?
Oh, yes, they can. Well, there's a will, there's a way. You find it. Like, all right, we need 90 seconds. You get it done. Like, all right, we got you.
I like this. Pick timer should be 5 minutes. If your time runs out, you get auto picked according to the consensus media mocks. I like that. That. Could you imagine they just do? I mean, here it wouldn't matter. They'd auto pick. Oh, the pick is in. The pick is in. I don't know who it is. Oh yeah, I do. The pick is in. It is official.
Look at that.
Like we didn't all know, but I'm not drinking on this one. I'm going to turn up the volume here because I think they're going to announce it. The pick is not in on TV, just so you know. The pick is in the green room, and that's why I assume you're getting notifications from the green room as well. So the pick is in. It is Caleb, but we'll see it announced here. Who's got the next pick? Commanders?
Yeah.
Well, looks like we're going to get through the 101, and I'm not dead.
I'd hope you wouldn't be dead after one shot anyway.
Well, you never know. I'm a single dad. I don't drink as much as I used to. So we're going to see how much alcohol tolerance I still have. But
the entertainment factor is going to be through the roof about 15, 16. So
how slow is Goodell? They announced the pick is in, and it takes him 20 minutes to walk to the stage.
Well, he's an old man.
See, look, it's almost like all of it is outside, except for the people who got front row seats and the stage. Everyone else is just outside. And I don't know what it's like there, but I'm right near Detroit. It's cold as fuck tonight. I would not want to be. Notice these people, they're not wearing shorts and t-shirts out there. They're in fucking sweaters and ski hats. Oh, here we go.
It's not like going to Vegas. It's a little bit colder. Yeah, it's all over Twitter. It's official.
We have a pick.
Which is mad. Because now when you look back at that trade that the Panthers made for Bryce Young. So Panthers selected Bryce Young, and the Bears got DJ Moore, Darnell Wright, Caleb Williams,
the cornerback Stevenson too,
Stevenson, and they've still got a second next year, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think it was a good trade for Carolina, is what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
It seems I quite like using the word suboptimal instead of bad. It definitely seems suboptimal.
It was suboptimal. You're correct.
Yeah, definitely seems like it is definitely that way.
Next up on the clock, we are going to have the Washington Commanders, assuming they don't trade the pick. It's not official on the clock yet. They are in need of a quarterback as well. Edge rusher, corner, tackle, and a receiver. This is another one. I think we're all expecting probably Jaden Daniels, possibly Drake May. What are you guys thinking here? I think it's Jaden Daniels, but it's open to interpretation, I suppose. Where are they going here, guys?
Yeah, I think it's Jaden. We have so much smoke to Jaden. I personally would take May, but I think it's Jaden Daniels. That's the guy.
I was like, the thing is for me, if it's not May, then why did they move on Sam Howell? Because I think that's like part of the reason why they moved him on. I thought was just to kind of not have him having to be the bench to a guy that he knows well. So if it is Jane Daniels, then it kind of makes me question, like, why did you move on from Sam? Why did you move Sam Howell on for so little? But this offense will be an interesting one anyway, with the appointment of Cliff Kingsbury as UOC, and then obviously signing of Austin Eckler in that backfield as well. Like, for me, it's kind of killed like the value of Austin Eckler to a massive degree, and also Brian Robinson, because I don't know if he's going to see the same workload that he did they did in previous seasons. I reckon we'll see Austin Eckler as well scale back. He'll be probably similar to how he was at the start of his career when he was in that committee with Melvin Gordon, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and I'm with you. It definitely did not work out well last year, that's for sure, which there was a lot of reasons for it, but yeah, maybe he gets back to his former self or closer to it, I guess would be a good way to phrase it, in this offense. Like they're still going to need him. And Brian Robinson's just not that good of a pass catcher. So like you kind of get the best.
That offense isn't terrible. Caleb, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet. You know what this looks like? This looks like that fantasy team that's destined to finish 4th to 6th. They've got some players. They just don't have really the high end. I don't know. I think they're all right. I still don't think they can beat the Lions.
Well,
no, and you always got the Packers a tough team to beat as well.
Yeah,
and then honestly as well, we don't know what the Vikings are going to do either. So I mean, when you've got Justin Jefferson, like,
is it possible the Bears are still the worst team in the division? I mean, they're going to get one more pick in 8 picks, but
yeah. It looks like a good division. I'll say that. Like the worst team in that division probably beats a lot of the other teams in the NFC, just because I think of the talent in the division. But we'll see what happens. That Vikings quarterback situation. If it's Sam Darnold, like you could just pencil him in for last place. But
hey, I see you jumping on. I see you jumping on my Michael Penix pick there on Twitter at 32.5.
That's it. Yes, sir. It's done. I know the line completely jumped, like I was saying earlier before we got on screen. I was like, yo.
Yeah, it was 32.5. Now it's down to 21.5.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Penix is going to get ready to learn Skull, is what I was saying.
We're 23 minutes in, and the Commanders still aren't officially on the clock.
Well, we got to. This thing's going to be going for a while. We got plenty of time. Patience. It's going to be here. It'll be pick 10 by about 2.5 hours from now, probably.
Oh, geez. I never even thought of that. So it looks like the only one who's responded so far is Brad. So it looks like I should write this down, as Brad will be our giveaway winner, as we are off to a slow start here.
Well done, Brad.
The one of one. I like it. You earned that, my friend. You earned that.
Well, I told some of my buddies, but the problem is some of my buddies are currently drinking and over there. So I told them check in every half hour or so or 20 minutes. I said, we're doing giveaways. And I don't know, there could be 1,000 viewers. We could have 6 viewers. So you might win some subs uncontested here. So we've got one already uncontested, but I guess we probably got 4 or 5 minutes left here with you, Rich. Before we go anywhere, assuming, we only got 3 minutes left on the clock here. So in the 3 minutes before the Commanders pick, you want to tell everyone what it is you do and where we can find your work?
Yeah. So you can find my work at King Fantasy Sports. Occasionally I'll pop up at some other sites. Roto Ballers, the other one I mainly pop up on. I'm just an NFL fan in the UK who found the love of fantasy football through the perfect blend of spreadsheets and sports. That was it seemed like it was my calling. At the moment, actually, during this draft, I'm going to be working on my. I'm bringing back my fantasy guide. I've not announced that. That's an exclusive for you guys now. For all 5 of the viewers that we've got. Yeah, so that's where you can find my work. We cover everything. So rookies, we cover Dynasty, DFS, redraft, whatever you want.
And the pick is in. I know it hasn't been announced, but I've got a guy there. Player Profiler's got some guys in the green room. So Jaden Daniels is the pick at 102.
Not much of a surprise there.
So that means I think we're all assuming now Drake May is going to be the 103.
Mm-hmm. And maybe the Patriots do trade out of it, but still feels like Drake May is going straight to New England.
I feel like the Patriots should trade out of it because I mean, if you bring in, it feels to me like you're rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. Like that roster is just not great. Like, trade back, get some picks, like reassess.
Right.
Does anybody think it's possible that they go crazy here and take JJ?
I don't think they take JJ. Not been like there's been some quote unquote smoke around it, but I haven't seen enough of it where it's. And then we got the stuff yesterday of them coming out how they've always liked Drake and Drake's been the guy. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they take JJ. It gets real interesting if that happens. But whoever gets drafted, which quarterback goes to New England, I think they're going to be locked into the 108 in Superflex draft.
Right.
Is my guess.
Turn the volume back up.
I mean, Drake feels like the boring Patriots selection, right? Like,
we've already been here with this. I thought we were talking about New England for a second. I was like,
no.
I thought it was New England. I was like, wow.
Well, I'm posting them. Like I said, I've got a guy there, so I'm posting them well before they're announced on TV. As you can see, I also hedged my bets, and I've got the first 4 graphics ready, so they won't all be this quickly. Some of them I'll have to switch over, but as long as this thing goes Drake May and Marvin Harrison, my first 4 graphics will be perfect, and I will have not done a single shot. So
that'll work out well.
We are going to keep you around unless you're in a hurry until our next guest arrives. I think he's still at 2 or 3 minutes, but until he shows up, we're good to keep rolling. I'm
good. As I said, it's like 1:30 in the morning over here. So like, this is me set for the next couple of minutes.
He seems a lot bigger than Caleb Williams. I'm not going to lie. I know he is, but just watching him walk out, he can't fit the hat on his hair. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, he's like 6'4". Yeah, he's definitely a lot taller.
So who is next on the clock? We got the Pats, right?
The good old Patriots.
Just a sec. I got to sort
unless we see a trade.
Yeah.
Which should trade.
Possible. They need to have a lot of needs, right? Their defense, I will say their defense look semi-decent. I will give them that. But that
assuming the Patriots are on the clock, because it doesn't show and then it'll come up and there'll be 2 minutes left. They are in need of quarterback, receiver, offensive tackle, tight end, edge, name a position, coach, general manager. They are in need of it. They got nothing. This is like
an entire offense.
Yeah.
You say they need a receiver, but are you forgetting that they signed KJ Osborne? Fine.
Yes, sorry, I forgot that. You're right.
Don't worry about it.
Game breaker there.
Yeah,
Pop Douglas, a certified slot. You know what I'm saying? Like they got pieces.
Yeah. I'm just like, look, that. Just don't worry about it.
No, we're good.
So now, do things get interesting? Do we get Drake May or do we not? That's the interesting part.
I think it'd be interesting to see who Van Pelt wants to bring in here, right? Like. For fantasy next year, I think the plan is, you see it in soccer and some other sports, and they're just like, this is our plan. It's always going to be our plan, and I think their plan for next year is hand the ball off to Stevenson, and everyone else just enjoy.
All right, I am going to
snap off.
I'm going to get your thoughts here on what you would like the Patriots to do, whether that be trade or whatever, and then we are going to switch off for our next guest. So, what are you thinking here, Rich?
I would want them to trade back because they've got so many holes on this roster.
How far are you hoping they trade down? Out of the first round or just further down in the first?
I would say if I can make some type of weird deal with the Vikings, they probably wouldn't want it, but they're the easy team because they've clearly made their intentions known that they want to move up. So leverage that and I don't know, try and do what the 49ers did a couple of years ago to the Bears, where you make them massively overpay just to move up like 2 slots from where they are likely to trade up to.
Ooh, okay. Before you get out of here, I have the next pick. It is not on the board yet, but they have gone with Drake May.
Yeah. Said there was a 0% chance they were trading down. So, okay.
If they weren't going to trade down, that's the pick they need to make.
Yeah, that is the pick they have made. So we are 3 for 3 so far on my graphics. And I am still surprisingly sober through 3 here. I'm at the point where I'm starting to hope that I get one of these wrong because I don't want to be sober all night. This is far too boring for me to be sober and will be much more entertaining if I'm shit-faced. So thank you, Rich, for joining us. I very much appreciate it. You were one of the first people I got started with over at King Fantasy Sports. So thank you for having me and thank you for joining us. Where the hell did Jeremy go?
He's had enough. He's like, this draft has already gone to the wall.
He's like, I can't do this anymore. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Rich. I'm going to switch you off here for Kev.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Have a good night. And we now have Kevin White of DLF. Thanks for joining us, Kev. You get here. We just announced, I know that says the pick is in and they haven't announced it, but the pick is Drake May. They just haven't said it on TV. So how are you feeling about Drake May here?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having us on the show, and it's been great coverage so far. But yeah, it's been pretty chalky, hasn't it? It was what's been expected.
This bottle has not been even. It's been open, but there's not a shot missing because we're 3 for 3. It's a real shot. You know what's going to be interesting though? We're 3 for 3, and I've made these graphics up, but as I get them wrong, it becomes a double-edged sword because not only do I have to do a shot, but I have to make up the graphic on the fly as I get drunker and drunker. So these are going to get interesting. But, before we get into talking about Drake May as the pick here at the 103, you want to tell us who you are, what it is you do, like where everyone can find you?
Yeah, so my name's Kev White. You can probably tell by the accent I'm from the UK, and you can find my work over at DLF. I'm a writer over there. We've got tons going on at the moment with draft season. I'll be coordinating sort of reaction articles over there each day of the draft, so that's going to be really fun. But you can also find my podcast audio work at Fantasy Wildcard, part of the Dynasty show there. So yeah. Written content, DLF, audio content is at Fantasy Wildcard as well. So
I'm going to turn the volume up here for a sec. Drake May. All right. So
I'm in a Patriots group chat.
We say every year that it's going to start QB, but what did that say? It looks like damn it. Looks like the Vikings. I'm getting too many notifications to keep up. It looks like the Vikings and Giants are working on a trade is what I think it said, but I know everyone has been saying this has been a chalk 3 and it's what we expected, but I honestly didn't actually expect it to go this way. Every year we say it's going to start out QB, and it never does. But so we are going to see a non-QB pick, I think. We've got the Arizona Cardinals at 4, assuming they haven't traded out. They need, in no particular order here, receiver, corner, edge, D-line, and interior offensive lineman. Those are their biggest needs. We will see where they go. Who wants to take a stab here? I've got Marvin Harrison Jr. queued up on the graphic, so that's where my sobriety is. You think trade is where they're going?
Realistically, they should trade. Like I've talked about this before. Move to 11, get the Vikings pick. You could still potentially get Odunze, like we said. And then you're just banking draft capital. So yeah, if I'm running the Cardinals, I'm pulling the Mossy Ontifort from last year. I'm on the phone with everybody, and I'm going backwards. I'm trading back. Like I'm going to take advantage of the market because teams still need a quarterback, right? So personally, that's my move.
Yeah, I think with Ontifort, the GM, like watching the videos of him, he's a guy that comes across as the smartest in the room, someone that's more likely to move around the board and do various bits. So I think the pick will be Harrison, but yeah, I wouldn't be against moving back a little bit and getting a Neighbours or an Odunze. Plus, if they miss on them, there's plenty of talent around that area which would also fit needs. Maybe the first corner off the board or the first edge off the board as well. It just depends what offer they get for Marvin Harrison.
Schefter said they're not expected to trade pick. Interesting.
Well,
So they
that's
must
good
have.
because it dawned on me when you said it that I don't have a pick has been traded graphic made up. So that's good. That's good. Brad is also in on this one. So far, Brad, I know I've got a few friends who told me they've been drinking heavily and they were not paying attention for our last giveaway. So they said, please DM them before. So I'll have to send out some DMs before we conclude this half hour with a giveaway. So I know it still says they announced Drake May, right? We did that.
Yes.
Okay. I hate how it's stuck on the selection here, and then it'll switch over to the Cardinals are on the clock with like a minute and a half left. Luckily, I have this written down, so we know the Cards are on the clock. Let's see. Do we think I have this as Marvin Harrison Jr.? That's my pick. Do we have me drinking my first shot here or not? What are the odds? What are we thinking?
I think you're going to be safe. I think they're going to take him.
You think they're going to take Marvin Harrison?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow.
If they're not trading out, it's got to be wide receiver. There could be the off chance that they prefer Malik Neighbors. I think sort of anyone betting might be willing to go that route just on the value side. But yeah, it's expected just with the name and the consistency, who his dad was and who his college was. There's lots, apart from his game, there's lots that puts him as wide receiver one. So yeah, I think it's going to be Harrison.
You are correct. Schefter is saying the Cardinals are expected to make the pick and not trade out of it. That is not how they optimize value, I think, but what are you going to do? I guess if the trade's not there, it's not there, but you would think someone like the Vikings or Giants or whoever the hell's working on a trade, you'd think one of them would be willing to trade up. With 3 QBs off the board and 3 or 4 QB desperate teams. Oh, I am correct again. The pick is in. It is Marvin Harrison Jr. Spoiler alert, we're a little bit ahead here. So you want the picks first, watch our show. You want the picks in real time, don't watch our show because I'm getting green room updates and the pick is in. The pick is in and it's Marvin Harrison Jr. So the first 4 have gone exactly how we expected them to go. We've got another person here. Can you... TL, can you DM or can you include your Twitter name here? Because I'm going to have to do duck races for this one. So we'll include that. So give me a Twitter handle. You guys talk about what you think here while I work on setting up a duck race because we actually have people here.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. Kev, how high in your dynasty ranks is Marvin Harrison going to be if he is indeed the wide receiver? We expect him to be with the Cardinals. Like, how are you putting him top 5, top 10? Where do you put him at?
I think in rookie drafts, he's always been my sort of in that top 3. I think personally, I have Neighbors slightly ahead of him, but it's on the basis that I felt that with how the draft would go, that would potentially flip on landing spot.
You taking selfies?
Who's taking selfies?
Drake May is taking selfies in the crowd.
Oh, you're talking to us. I was like, dude, we're on camera.
Oh, sorry. I looked over and he's got the fucking selfie stick taking selfies. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but if I looked over and I was like, what the fuck? I think he just fell in my rankings. Sorry. Continue, Kev. Go right ahead.
I think if Neighbors goes to, say, the Giants, and obviously this is a great landing spot for Marvin Harrison, I'd expect him to be wide receiver 1 in rookie drafts, but I'd still take Caleb Williams over in Superflex just with the positional scarcity and how quarterbacks viewed where if you have a bad season, you still retain your value. Look at Will Levis, Kenny Pickett, etc.
Oh, I just got a text. Okay, so TL said me too, and then I texted my buddy and said, "Hey, send me your Twitter handle or whatever." He said, "That's me. I'm old and don't have Twitter." Okay, so TL is my buddy at work, Todd Lockery, who apparently is too old and doesn't have Twitter. Gotta love it. I love it. So that brings next on the clock, assuming they haven't traded out. This is where it gets interesting. I kind of felt like this is where the draft begins. We've got us, the Chargers, who are in need of a receiver, a tackle, a tight end, a corner, and some D-line help. So let's see. It gets interesting.
Joe Alt, baby. If you're not trading out, you take that damn tackle.
Don't take Joe Alt. I got him at 7. No,
I want you to drink. Also, I think,
bad Jeremy or Jesse. Bad Jesse. I called you Jeremy.
It's gonna be a bad Aaron here in an hour if we get some few mix-up picks, and that's gonna be real off the rails. And I'm excited.
Okay, so assuming they don't trade out My call here is going to be. Oh, what do I want to do here? See, I'm debating. I'm halfway in between going with Malik Neighbors. This is the first one that I don't have a set pick. Malik Neighbors or JC Latham. I'm going to go with JC Latham, first offensive lineman off the board. I got a feeling the drinking's about to start, boys.
It's been a lot of buzz, hasn't there, about Latham to the Chargers today. So, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if it is the pick, but also if maybe you get a trade up with the Vikings here to jump ahead of the Giants if they cover JJ McCarthy.
All right, you know what? Todd thinks screw it. I'm gonna go with keep my pick. Todd thinks it's Neighbors, but I don't disagree. Neighbors was my other option here, but I'm gonna stick with Latham, and we'll see if I am doing some drinking or not.
I guess we're gonna find out here shortly, right? So it's gonna be eventful either way.
Jesse, what do you think here? What do you want them to do?
I want them to trade back. They have a ton of needs, but if they're gonna sit and pick, just lock up the other side of your line. Don't get too cute. Just take the guy. So I would take you're going to take Latham, which reminds me of a few years ago with the Jaguars where he had a bunch of hype for Trevon Walker to go 101 and he ended up going there. So, maybe they're going Latham, which I don't hate it. He's a good offensive lineman. It's just,
my God. I've got a league where it's the 32-team league. You're in that one, right?
It's blowing up right now.
It's blowing up because some assholes decided he has to add all his players in the middle of the draft. Thank you, the FF Buffalo, for spamming us with notifications while we're all trying to stream. Every single person in the league is probably streaming their own show, but no, this guy's blowing up with the ad drops.
What team is he? I guess
it just says the FF Buffalo. So I don't know if he's actually Buffalo. Whoops, jumped the gun. Oh, what? I didn't even see what he did. Apparently he drafted the wrong player, but this is why I mute notifications on Sleeper.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you know what? I seen my ultimate pet peeve earlier. When you're in a draft room, whether it be mock or a normal one, and you get people who want your advice on their trades and their team. Not the team that they're drafting, but they're in another league where it's like, hey, I have the 104. Who should I draft? Motherfucker, we're in the middle of a draft. Nobody cares about your team. And I'm still sober. Just you wait. The Chargers are on the clock. So I said Latham. Who did you guys go with?
I said all.
Yeah, I think Latham for me, just with the steam that's been coming out today. I think before that it would have been a trade out, but it seems like they're going to stick, and I think O-line makes most sense with that.
You're going to have to get used to repeating yourself, Jesse. As I get drunker, you're going to be asked which pick you made 9 or 10 times because I'm going to forget.
No, yeah, I'm totally fine with that. He's a very good player. It is.
What is it you're drinking, Aaron?
It would be Jim Beam Red Stag, Black Cherry Bourbon. As of now, I'm not drinking anything because nobody's. It's 4 picks that have gone by. When's the last time we got 4 picks that were absolute consensus? And the Chargers are picking and not making a trade. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. So it means the Chargers aren't taking a QB, but
it's clear those top 3 quarterbacks were tiers ahead of the rest because we're not seeing teams move up, right, with the Cardinals and possibly the Chargers. So it's clear those were the 3 big buddy quarterbacks, and then it's really where these other quarterbacks are going to go. So
when do you think we see the next quarterback? Does the next one go in before 10? Does JJ go before 10, or do we see all 3 of them go in the teens, first round? What are you thinking?
Giants. They're going to sit, and then
Giants are what, 6?
Yeah, that's my guess at the moment. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, because you can't imagine they're taking JJ here for the Chargers, which means if they wanted JJ, he's available at 6 theoretically.
Yeah, I think his floor's probably 11 with the Vikings if they stay put. Can't see him getting past them.
That's the dream for the Vikings. If they don't have to trade up and they somehow get a quarterback, they're like, yes, this is.
I don't think they know what they want to do because this is the latest we've gone without an actual pick coming in. Like there's 2 minutes on the clock on my end here, and we don't have an actual. The pick is in.
Yeah, the pick that says the Chargers are. Rappaport just said the Chargers are picking. So
yeah, they said they're picking, but who is it going to be?
So what happens for you guys if McCarthy goes to the Vikings and obviously May's gone to the Patriots? How would you view that in your rookie ranks in your dynasty? rookie drafts. Would it put me in the same tier? Would you still have May over just with the talent? How would you view that?
I've always had May above, so I would still, even though it is, it's not the best landing spot in the world, like you kind of just bet on talent with that. Depending on how this works out and who the Giants end up going with, or the Chargers also, like I think that's going to change it a little bit. But yeah, I would still have those. Like May is going to be the guy that I would take 102, or if you got the wide receivers above 105, 106, and then you just kind of play it by there. Where I guess for you, how high up, if we talk about JJ, where does he fall if he goes to the Vikings? Does he goes to that 103, 104 spot for you?
I don't know the answer. But I know I got the right position. I just don't know if I got the right player. Someone just tweeted that Love.
It's all, baby. It's Joe All.
Oh, it's Joe All.
Oh, that shit. Let's go.
Just a sec. I got to print up the draft here, then I'll do my shot. God damn it. I knew I had the right position from the tweets. I just didn't have the right fucking player.
He's a giant of a man. He's like, what? He's like 6'8". He's a mountain. Go put that mountain and just block for him.
Give me one sec. You guys keep talking. I'm going to work on the graphic here, and then once I get the graphic up, I'll do my shot. Well, we have broken the dry spell. 5 picks in. It lasted about as long as I expected.
It's all downhill from here.
It is all downhill from here.
It's very much all downhill from here. Which leaves
Let's keep going.
I mean, it leaves the Giants in a really interesting spot. And they can pick their quarterback they want, or they can get a skill position player because they have a million needs, right? Because that Giants offense looks rough, to say the least. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little interested and curious to see watch it.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit sorry for Daniel Jones. They give him that big deal. They put the trust in him, and he's had, less than half season. He's had really poor weapons, and they could potentially be giving up on him. They asked to be a wide receiver for me here to give him an actual chance.
They need a wide receiver so bad. And please, just yeah, I'm excited to see to watch it. Let's see how it goes.
I'm excited to see this shot.
We want a shot, Aaron. Give us the shot.
I told you we're gonna be slower here because I had to update the graphic. And you're right. The issue with Google Slides is now I have to go back in and reload it. I've already got the graphic gone already. I'm just trying to load it back up.
Yeah, we need like a roulette wheel or something.
Motherfucker. Okay, fuck it. I'm just going to do it the hard way. Oh, no, I'm not.
It'd been even messier night for you if you had to do your mock draft before round 1 rather than on the fly.
Yeah. That's it's fun. Tricky. But yeah, there's high risk and high reward in those leagues, right?
Just a sec. Okay. I'm adding this back. I forgot you got to add it back every damn time because that's how Google Slides works, because Google Slides hates drunk Aaron. Just a sec. It's in the process of loading. So once I can get this stupid Joe Alt graphic, there we go. Who's next? 106 is the G-Men. Okay, just a sec. I'm going to cue that up, and then we're going to get this going here.
I mean, yeah, how often do you get 2 bookend tackles like this with a stud quarterback? It's really I can't remember the last time we've seen this, and there's obviously somebody I'm just probably blanking on, but yeah, that's nice.
I think as well there was a lot of chatter today or yesterday where looking at sort of the best teams in the NFL, their O-lines are elite, like wide receivers. Look on the Chiefs or the 49ers in the Super Bowl. They weren't the early round 1 wide receivers. Obviously, it was Ayuk at the 49ers, but.
So we have the Giants next on the clock. I didn't make a pick yet, but I'm going to make a pick, and I'm going to go with JJ here. I think. Seems like the pick they're making, right? Anybody? What do you guys think?
Yeah, if they don't go McCarthy, then I'm curious. I don't. You take Neighbors, you take Odunze. You give them an actual weapon to build around, but it really feels like they're taking quarterback, which is good for them, I guess, because they didn't have to trade up.
Not if you're Daniel Jones.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Who's holding the Daniel Jones flag at this point? I think we're all kind of just yeah.
Yeah, but that's how quickly dynasty trade values trade. Remember last year when everyone's at the end of the year, everyone's like, "Oh, Daniel Jones is what, a consensus top 8 quarterback." Now what is he? He's about to be left for dead.
He's getting sent out too. You gonna learn some Canadian, Daniel Jones, because it could potentially go there.
That's just
for you,
me.
buddy.
That's just me.
No, it's a little over the top of him, obviously.
Learn some Canadian, he says.
I think it's a strange one if it is McCarthy. I think just based on the fact that Dable had success with Josh Allen, a bigger guy. Like I think the Drake May to the Giants would have made more sense from similar background point of view. But like if it is JJ McCarthy, it's a proven winner. He lost one game in college as a starter. We've probably not seen the true pass volume either with that team being so strong. So yeah, if it's McCarthy, I won't be shocked. But I think he should be Neighbors.
Do you want in the draft? Do you want in on for the trade here? Oh, I'm wrong. Damn it. I won't announce it. Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. Don't say it. Let me type it up here. Damn it. I'm wrong again.
You are wrong again.
I know. I see it. I'm not guessing. I know who it is.
Yeah.
They went. It's what?
Have you had your shot yet?
I did my first shot. You didn't see it?
I was just trying to get you to do double shot.
I'm about to do one because I got the next pick wrong. I'm just printing up the graphic here for it. The next pick, if I can ever get it on the board, the Giants select Malik Neighbors at the 106. That's what you got, Jesse? That's what you got coming out of the room there, too? It's Malik?
Yeah, it's Neighbors. It's been reported, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Who said trade? I don't know. They didn't trade. It's Malik Neighbors. I can't do this without choking, apparently, but... one sec. What do you guys think of the Malik Neighbors pick here? Would you have gone quarterback, obviously?
I mean, like, this is kind of what we've talked about, right? Like, the other quarterbacks, it's a little more interesting in where they go because these skill position players, there's a lot of stud players on the board. So it's just go get your guy, build around that. And, I would love to be a fly on the wall of the Giants, like, there to see their board and how high quarterbacks were outside of the top three compared to these other guys. So yeah, makes sense.
It does say that the Giants are still on the clock. They are not. Let me update this because the Giants have made the pick, and the pick is, if I can ever, this is a real hassle. You're going to be very drunk soon. Yes, thank you. I am aware. Pick is Malik Neighbors. This is not going to be fun. Doing graphics and draws on the fly, which reminds me, while we're here, since we only got about 8 minutes in your time slot, I don't think we're going to get the next pick in. Let's do us a duck race. We've got Brad, we've got Trey, and we've got Todd in here. Let me get this going here. We're going to do 30 seconds. Blah, blah, blah. I just want to make sure I have this all queued up properly. And let's see if I can share it with the screen. Duck race? Sure. You guys see that all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Brad, Trey, Todd. We are going to queue this up. I believe they gave me 6 months free of DLF. Thank you to DLF for doing that. Let's set this up. We've got King Brad, Todd, Trey. 3 duckies here. 30 minutes. Fucking 30 seconds. Let's see.
The 30-minute race would be fun.
Trey is the brown duck. We have Todd is the dinosaur duck, and Brad is the duck. And and I swear, Brad or Trey, giving you the brown duck was not a racial thing. Sorry, buddy. Don't read further into it. All right, let's cue this up. Todd out to the early lead. That's a dinosaur, right? The dinosaur duck?
I mean, that's a whatever duck, I guess.
Brad's got like the penguin duck down there. So it's not Todd because it's never the person who leads to begin the race. So we'll see who it is here. I got to remember to write this down, who wins these things. This one is DLF, and it looks like it's going to be Brad. You watch. It's Brad. Brad got to win back-to-back here? It's Brad.
Nobody likes Brad. Sorry, Brad.
Brad is no one back.
Didn't you mute that one? Yeah, that would drive me crazy. Let's just keep quacking it and celebrating.
Oh, sorry, you didn't want me to mute it? My bad. Or you wanted me to mute it? I could have muted it.
Yeah, that's gonna drive me crazy. I can't.
Sorry. Who's on the clock now? We got what? Chargers? No, Chargers.
Chargers pick Neighbors. It's pick 7, and then what are we doing? Tackle.
7's the Titans, right?
Yep. So, Kev, who's your pick here for the Titans? What do you think they go with?
I mean, there's been a lot of smoke about Roma Dunze here, but I feel like personally, if I'm the Titans GM, I'm going Joe Alt. JC Latham.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's got to be O-line, one of those two guys. But yeah, if it's not, then Dunze could be in play.
All right. What time we got? We still got 5 minutes left for you, so we will not. They keep commenting on me being drunk. I'm not drunk yet. I've only done 2 shots through 6 picks. So I know before we wrap this up, I'm not sure how far we're going to get into this. Are they still on the clock on the show for the Giants? It's tough because the TV's behind where we are on the screen. But so, Kev, before we get you out of here, do you want to, one more time tell everyone where we can find you, what it is you do, what you're up to?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thanks for having us on. It's early morning here in the UK, but I'm watching the coverage. I'm delighted to be on, and it's actually been amazing to come on just for the fact that I'm getting the picks a couple of minutes early. Like, I'm ahead of time. It's superb. Yeah, you can follow me on X at the Dynasty Mind. All my written content's over at DLF. We've got so much going on at the moment with the updates of the draft guide, the rankings, loads of content coming out over the next few days. Audio podcast is at Fantasy Wildcard, so do check that out. We've got Dynasty, we've got Redraft, we've got DFS, Devi on there as well, so covering all bases. So yeah, thank you so much for having us on, and maybe we can squeeze one last pick in before I leave in a couple of minutes.
Well, hey, who muted me? Why'd you mute me?
It wasn't you. I muted the ducky thing.
Oh, did you? I was like, the host has me muted. What the fuck is that all about? But I squeezed in another shot there. It dawned on me I didn't do my second one. But so, okay, who are we picking here? I was going to say Joe Alt, so I guess that is me flipping to Latham as my pick here. It's got to be Latham.
I mean, it makes the most sense, right? Unless surprise defensive pick, but yeah, I think they're going to take the second tackle off the board here.
Yeah, Latham for me.
I like Latham too. Yeah, I'm with you guys, Latham. I'll throw a wrench in just say Fashanu. Just have a little fun with it. I mean, I still feel your own tackle.
I like Latham here. Otherwise, it's going to be a real rough night real quick. We're shots on back-to-back picks after shots on no shots on the first 4. So
it's like that meme. It's like, hey, Aaron, get ready to learn whiskey, buddy. So, yeah.
I told you, though, but the longer that this goes perfect, the better, because the second this thing comes crashing away from perfection and starts to go sideways, it's gonna go crooked. It's gonna go sideways real fucking quick. And as I've said, we are now 2 for 2 on the going sideways. So
you nailed it.
What is it? It's in.
Latham.
It is Latham. How'd you get that before me? Oh, okay. I got it.
Connects, baby. Don't worry about it.
I got it too. I just wasn't looking. One sec. Let me put that up. So we are correct. I'm going to download that one. JC Latham. Thank you, Tennessee. Thank you. My sobriety thanks you. At least for a few more minutes it does. This is going to get messy. One sec, guys. Let me cue the graphics here before we transition. Going to get rough.
When Rich was on earlier, did you get him to do a food comp to Caleb Williams?
Before the show, but not on air. We did not. We talked a little. What did I say? The only one I could remember was, I can't remember already, but I forget what it is. Come on, help me out here. Oh, The Hangover. The Hangover, where he's comparing stew to plain white rice. That was my only food comp. So the pick is in. It is JC Latham, offensive tackle out of Bama. Trey says Dallas Turner is my guess. Well, you'd be doing a shot. Do yourself a shot there, Trey. It is not Dallas Turner. It's JC Latham. That would be, well, actually, we'll give it a sec because the pick is in, but it's not officially in. We still got another minute here for you. What do you think of JC Latham as the pick here, Kev?
I mean, people say to be aware of the late riser, don't they? Like, he's someone that's shot up boards in the past couple of days, but I think look at the tackle class, it's very solid. I think if he's viewed as a second best tackle prospect, that's really standing him in good stead, and he's gone in the top 10. So yeah, I like the pick. I think it's better than wide receiver. I think in real life team build for the Titans, and yeah, it's good. It's great news for Will Levis. I actually prefer the tackle pick to wide receiver for Levis.
Trey's a team player here taking shots of vodka, but are we really an hour in and we've only done 7 fucking picks? How long do we get into this when they tell the teams to stop sandbagging and make your stupid pick? Seems like they're picking up a little bit.
Man, I'm saying Saturday. We got to maybe Saturday.
Thanks, that's reassuring. So we're bringing up Atlanta next, and as we transition to Atlanta, I will transition here to Nate. Thank you very much, Kev, for joining me and for helping us to give away a DLF sub for 6 months to Brad, who is 2 for 2 on the sub. So fuck you, Brad. I'm just joking, Brad. I love you. All right, Kev, thanks for joining us, man. I'll talk to you next time.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you both.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. See you later, bud.
See you later.
Hello, Nate. Nate is up next. He is from IDP Plus. How's it going, Nate?
Good. How are you guys doing? I see this is more of a drinking podcast. Cheers.
No,
not frowned upon here.
I've done 2 shots through 7. I only do them when I get wrong picks. So I've been wrong on the Giants and Titans. I've been wrong. But the funny part is I've been right on the position a lot of the times. I just can't get the pick down. So 2 shots through 7 picks. It's not as bad as it could have been. We're off to a not too painful start for me. So what are you thinking here for Falcons? The graphic says they need, these are in no particular order. I think they need a quarterback. That's not their main priority here. Receiver and edge probably are, also corner and D-line. My choice, I'm going to look through here. I think they're going Dallas Turner. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, yeah, that's fine with me. I'm totally good with that. I think they should trade back. Like, this is the perfect team to trade back if anybody's very interested in that quarterback, right? If anybody wants him, come get him, because we got Kirk Cousins, so just move back. Go to 11. Hey, Vikings, how you feeling? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, just, it's interesting, but...
Yeah. So funny enough, you definitely booked a guy that isn't a big follower of rookies or the NFL draft, but I do have something to say as far as we did a staff mock draft yesterday and mocked Dallas Turner to the Falcons. So I think I agree with you. And, I definitely see that as a big need for them. And, right there, it makes sense.
My liver hopes I'm right. I have Dallas Turner. Goodell's coming out, but he's just now announcing. Like I said, we're a little bit ahead here because we've got some people who are tweeting this out for us, but he is just now announcing the Titans pick, so good on him. All right, well, we're waiting to transition here to the Falcons, I guess. You want to tell everyone where they can find you and what it is you do, Nate?
Yeah, so I'm the co-owner of IDP Plus, formerly IDP Guys, and what I do is I'm the guy in the chair. I'm the guy that makes the website work. I bring everyone together and kind of run the team. And it was originally my best friend, Johnny the Greek, and I who put this brand together close to 10 years ago now. And that's I'm the big dreamer behind the keyboard, so to speak, making it all happen.
Awesome. Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. I don't think I've ever had you on the show just yet. What was that? One sec. Oh, my Lord. I'm wrong. And it's way wrong. You'll never fucking guess who the pick is for the Falcons. It's Michael Penix.
Oh.
It's Michael Penix. It's Michael Penix.
I don't believe you.
That can't be wrong. Oh, my God. No way. Okay, we're going to wait for confirmation here, but I believe the pick is Michael Penix.
So they traded out is what you're saying.
What?
So, I mean, like the Falcons traded out is what you're saying.
No. Oh, I don't know. Just a sec. I'm seeing that it says Michael Penix. Where did that go? Oh, my God. I think it was Airy. It was a respected, it wasn't just some nobody either. It can't be Penix. That's got to be wrong. Damn it. And
no, Jordan Schultz just said the same thing too.
Yeah, it's Penix, but it's Atlanta.
Yeah,
it's Atlanta. It is. It's Kyle Yates. Atlanta's taking Michael Penix.
Oh my God! Imagine if this was just like they picked up the wrong thing.
Yeah, sorry, that didn't make any sense for me for a sec there. Oops, sorry, I got you blocked out, Nate. Sorry, that didn't make any sense. I had to take a look here a few times because I'm like, did they trade out? Are you joking? But really taking Michael Penix? What the hell? Yeah, well, I don't understand this. What do you guys think here about the Michael Penix Jr. pick for the Falcons? I did say they needed a quarterback. I also mentioned it wasn't my top need for them. But so why trade all this to get Kirk Cousins. I get it, he's old, but this makes no sense to me. Anybody want to figure this out for me, please? Somebody?
A glitch in the Matrix? I don't know.
Is this the Patrick Mahomes kind of, get a quarterback, sit him for a couple years behind a veteran, and then transition out like they did with Alex Smith? I mean, I don't know if it's probably not it's definitely not the same talent, but it's the only thing I can think of.
Like, we just trade out. Like, what do you?
You know what this is, right? This is somebody listened to me earlier and hammered the under on the Michael Penix 32.5 draft pick. That's what that is. They said, "Oh, we're gonna just bet the farm here and bet the under on Michael Penix and draft him at 8 like a couple of idiots." This is I don't know what to say here. This is a brutal pick.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's strange, right? Because you have Cousins and Penix is not young either, by the way. So Penix he's the old rookie. So yeah, who knows?
He's probably the same age as Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He's not. I'm sorry, but you get my point.
Yeah, 24.
He'll be
24. So yeah,
he was in college for 6 years. You know what they call people who? Like I said this earlier. What do they call people who spend 6 years in college? They call them doctor. But of course, apparently not. So the pick is in. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't understand this one. I'm dumbfounded and almost speechless. I mean, I'm not. I never shut up. But good God.
Somebody just said Penix will be 27 years old in his first season.
Pair him with Baelish Jones. So what do you think here, Nate? I don't know. I'm dumbfounded. I don't have words. Oh, and I owe a shot because I need the shot for this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy to take a quarterback that high when you've got Cousins coming in. You make that big deal for him. I guess it's just it feels kind of like a waste. I mean, to have him have that high of a pick sit on the bench, unless there's something in the trade clause or something where they can make the deal better by sitting Cousins by the end of the season. I really have no idea what's going on here.
Jesse, I'll be right back in 1 minute. Okay, kid needs.
No, you're fine.
Medicine.
You're good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm with you, Nate. Like I'm completely shocked with this move. I don't like why. I'm just gonna scratch my head with this one. It's just I think we're all kind of in shock, right? Like nobody expected this of all the teams to take quarterback.
Yeah,
we'll see. I don't know. I'm still feel like waiting for the other shoe to drop with this move. So yeah, I guess we're just kind of
it's always it's why we do it. It's why we have the draft for these crazy changes, and it's gonna mess everything else up. And now these GMs are gonna have to be on their toes to figure out how they switch gears if they were targeting Penix later.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how this plays out. Like, maybe it's. Well, and then the team at 9 is sitting there going like, "All right, thank you, we appreciate that." Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And then like, what does Chicago do here? Like they were maybe hoping to trade out with somebody else and make that move. So yeah, I guess Nate, when do you think Penix actually like starts for them? Because that is my biggest question on this, right? So,
well, I mean, let's see. I would say that you're definitely starting with Cousins. The beginning of the season, you're going through. If they start winning with him, I would say Penix doesn't see the field all year. But if, by the end of the, close to the end of the season, they're completely out of it, then it's time to see what you got with Penix and throw him in. I know Russell Wilson had that clause in his deal where if he didn't start so many games, like they were able to negate his contract or something. Maybe there's something like that similar with Cousins. We don't know all the details.
Yes. And then with his injury coming, like maybe they just, maybe that's why they're doing this. It's just, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking, that was my first thought, that maybe his injury, they don't think he's going to be back. But why would you bring in a rookie if he's not going to be back? For the first half. You want a bridge quarterback like Jacoby Brissett. You don't want a freaking green rookie coming in here. This one confuses me. So we've got the Bears on the clock now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going Roma Dunze here, but I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked that for Odunze. And then you're locked in with Caleb Williams with that offense. That's incredible.
Oh,
and you just roll. So
just in the nick of time, the pick is in, and it is Roma Dunze. So that pick makes, maybe it's not as good a pick as I'm making it out to be, but after what the Falcons just did, this seems like a brilliant pick by the Bears.
I mean, the owner we need to talk to the owner in Atlanta and be like, dude, what's going on here? You're obviously pulling some strings, but yeah.
So this Bears offense looks pretty damn good.
Hell yes, it does.
Hey, I got a pick right. Sweet. So I've got 3 shots through 9 picks. Not bad. That's not terrible. I got to update my pick counter, my shot counter here on the board. It says 2. It's actually at 3. We want to keep track of how drunk I am as this goes on, because that's what's really important here.
I don't know anybody that was talking about that pick 8. We're talking Penix, so yeah,
not at all. So what did you think here, Nate, of the Bears pick?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. They just got Caleb Williams, and adding that Odunze. I'll be very honest. I haven't watched a lot on Odunze, but I do know that in our mock, we were actually mocking him higher and above Malik Neighbors. So I know my partner at IDP Plus, Ricky, likes him as a talent better than Malik Neighbors. So possibly, a good steal pick here, getting him at this point. And, I'm a Lions fan, so definitely not interested in seeing a nice QB wide receiver tandem join the NFC North.
I will bring up the next pick on the clock, because the next pick on the clock at 110 is the Jets, who have just traded up.
Ooh.
Well, the Jets traded to the Vikings.
Sorry, the Jets who have traded down. Who did they trade to? I just seen it. Sorry. I fucked it up. It's the Vikings. Thank you. I got it backwards. It is the Vikings. Thank you, Jesse. And I'm only 3 shots in. So it is the Vikings who I assume are trading up here to get JJ, right? Because they've had 4 QBs go. So what do you think? So they need QB, edge, QB, basically is what they need. So what are we thinking here besides
JJ.
QB?
I mean, if it's not JJ, I don't know what else you do, right?
Yeah. I think it's got to be it. It's got to be JJ.
It does have
one spot too. The Jets still get their guy. It's like, it's this one. This one's for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So I just noticed that they've only moved up 1 spot to make the pick.
Mm-hmm.
Why? The Jets weren't going to draft a quarterback.
But maybe someone else was going to come up as that's always the thing.
Okay. Yeah, I see. You're thinking maybe the Giants were trading. Are the Jets really going to trade with the Giants though? I don't know. I guess.
Yeah.
Stranger things. So I'm going to lock in my pick here at 10, and I'm going to say that it is. What did I say? JJ. Mm-hmm. The pick is coming in. Oh no, it's not. It's still people saying that the pick is being traded. We got some chaos erupting here all of a sudden. Hey, this has got a little more.
Do you think this is
fun.
because of the Penix pick?
I think so. I think this is set the. Yeah. I know every fantasy analyst said this. Oh, we're going to have all these quarterbacks go high, and I don't think anyone actually believed it was going to happen, but it's happening right now.
Yeah, I guess the Jets get pick 11, pick 129 with 57, and the Vikings. Wait, what? That's a haul to move up 1 spot. All right, I don't know. I'm speechless to you guys. I'm just gonna let this play out and watch it.
I like the idea that they maybe paid up over someone else that was trying to move into that spot to block somebody else.
So what are we thinking? Giants, Raiders, Broncos, basically is, that's who you think they're one of the 3 teams was trying to trade up.
Well, especially with the Falcons taking quarterback there too, like that really just throws a wrench into everything. So, all right. We're all kind of just like,
we don't know who the pick is. We just know that it is now belonging to the Vikings. So like I said, my pick here is JJ. It's got to be the Vikings fans are going to hate this. I know Thor Nystrom, who's a Vikings fan. if they've traded up to take Bo Nix, he's gonna lose his mind.
That'd be hilarious. I love that.
I just want you to know that he's going to lose his mind.
I want a live camera shot on Thor Nitro just to see his face if that happens. My man would be irate. But yeah, then like the other question is.
Sorry, I'm typing in the chat here.
You're fine. You're fine with it. It's just like
what are you drinking there, Nate? What's in the glass?
It's a hard seltzer that's local to my town.
Nice. I like it.
Where's your town? Where are you located? And the pick is in. Before you answer the question, the pick is who we thought it was.
Nice.
Yeah. It is JJ. Yeah. Sorry, where are you located, Nate? I'm
just outside Hartford, Connecticut in New Britain.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah. So that will put the Jets on the clock now, correct?
Mm-hmm. Well, pick 11, yeah. The Jets get a freaking haul. That's just so nice for them. Like, I don't know why you just didn't trade with Atlanta. Like, what the...
So we have 5 QBs in the top 10. Am I doing the math right here?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find the draft tracker to like double check with this, but yeah.
Because we got the top 3, Penix and McCarthy. Man, okay, we got to revisit the mock draft we did earlier, me, you, and SC, because we had QBs going this early, and we thought we were insane.
We got panned.
I want to look back here because we may be more accurate than we thought. I don't know if we got the landing spots right or not, but let me look. Where did we do this earlier?
Nobody picked number 8. Like, that's just... I wasn't even that bold with the move, so...
What show is this? Okay, here we go. Just a sec. So we went... If I can load this stupid stuff up. Oh, we got some of the teams wrong here. So we had Caleb, Drake, JJ, Harrison, Joe Alt. He went 5th, didn't he?
Yep.
So we were perfect through 5. 6, we had Daniels. Oh, no, we weren't perfect. We had the QB order wrong because we had JJ moving up over Daniels. Then the Titans we had him with Latham. Is that who'd they take? I forget.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they took? Latham? Yes. Yep. Then we had Latu to the Falcons. That was wrong. The Bears, we had taking Neighbors. It was a Dunze in this one. And then who did we have taking these QBs here? We had Fuaga to the Jets, Quinyon Mitchell to the Vikings. So we had the right amount of quarterbacks. We just didn't get them in the right spots, I guess. But we weren't as bold as we thought. Jeez. What does everybody think here? JJ to the Vikings.
It's the dream for the Vikings. That's what they wanted. Right? Like, they couldn't get May, so just fall back. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I'm just hoping, I don't know, like the whole idea, he didn't get a lot of passing reps and stuff during the college year here. And, there's a lot of people, going off his athleticism and everything. I'm hoping he's a bust. I mean, I'm a Lions fan, so that's my idea here, but I don't know. Maybe it's the quarterback they need, and Vikings are going to be back at it.
I think he's a really good quarterback. I'm a Michigan fan, though. I don't think they needed him to do anything, and that's why he didn't throw. They had 2 awesome running backs and an offensive line that bullied everyone around, including Alabama and Ohio State. So Thor's celebrating. I'm sorry. So they didn't really need to do anything. They didn't have the receivers. So I think this is a great pick for them. That was who I wanted, but we're going to see how it pans out. So having said that they just made that pick, how do we rank the 4 teams in the NFC North? Is it still I know we had Lions, Packers. Are the Bears still the worst team even after loading up? What do they have? Odunze and Caleb here? Yeah. Who's the best and worst team in this division? I think the Lions are still clearly the best team.
I'd say the Packers might be actually the best team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's those top 2 teams, and then it's really good. And then I think honestly, Minnesota might be the worst team. I don't know how to go about this. It's just very.
That's what I'm saying.
It's musical chairs. I don't know how exactly to line this up correctly, but
I think it's going to be a tough division, as it always is. I think the Lions and Packers are, it's going to come down to them at the end of the year fighting it out for the division, and then I think I don't know. I hate to give it to the Bears to be, third, but I could see it. I think the Vikings have kind of a long ways to go.
All right, let's see. We've got Todd, Trey, and Brad still in here. So before we get another pick, we have, what did I say? The Jets are on the clock. Sorry, we've got things all over sideways here, so I'm forgetting who's on the clock. Jets are on the clock, correct, guys?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
Because that's who they traded.
Unless they traded back again. But
So while they're on the clock, let's switch over. We've got the same three guys in a duck race. I'm going to change that because I know Brad's last name. I don't know why I left it as his screen name. We have Brad, Todd, and Trey for the IDP Plus. Let's add that. Is that still there? Okay, let's do us a duck race. 30-second timer. Jesse has requested that I mute the sound this time. Why are there 5 ducks? What just happened? Why are there 5 ducks? Why did I get 5 ducks? 3 ducks. I want 3 ducks. There we go. 3 ducks. Everything's good. Set. 1 sec. The names are supposed to come up. There we go. Okay. Everything's good. No, everything's not good. I got to stop clicking on it. There we go.
The duck race is
all right. So Trey is the witch duck. Todd is the pink duck. And then we have this little British police officer down here is Brad. Why does Brad always get the best ones? So, all right, let's run this. And despite what Jesse has said, screw you, I'm leaving the duck sound on. So Brad has won the first 2. So let's hope Brad doesn't win the third one here.
We're going to have to banish Brad to the Shadow Realm if he wins another one.
Yes. Brad, you will be disqualified for the next one if you win 3 in a row. We have Goodell out here announcing the Vikings pick, but we already know the answer. Oh, and it's a Michigan guy in Michigan. I forgot that. Oh, we've got him neck and neck here with 8 seconds to go. Todd, Trey. Oh, it's Brad. Brad's going to win this again. Oh, my God. No. Jesus Christ. Brad has won all 3 giveaways so far. What the fuck, Trey said? The North is lit. Sorry, Trey. North is lit. What the hell? Sorry, buddy. Okay, so that one was IDP. I got to write down the winner as if I didn't know it's Brad. Okay, so let's switch back to actual football talk here. What do we think the Jets are going to do, assuming they're actually on the clock? I have them as needs are they are keeping the pick right now, but they need an O-tackle, a tight end, a receiver, a safety, and a D-line, and they actually could probably need a quarterback about as much as the Falcons did, so maybe we see another quarterback. What do you guys think?
Oh, gosh, that's right. Who are you going with, Nate? Who's your pick for the Jets?
Well, so in our mock, we put Talise Fuaga going here, the tackle out of Oregon State, which it makes sense. Make sure and shore up that O-line. You got to keep Rodgers healthy. Even though the turf, I think, is what screwed him up last year.
Yeah, like 4 seconds into that.
Yeah.
I'll say it's the other. I think it's right to take tackle. I'll say it's Fashanu. I'd say either one of those guys. I just want to go different, so I'm going to go Fashanu out of Penn State.
Who am I going to go with? Just a sec. I've got my board up here somewhere. Jets are on the clock.
I did want to take Bowers, but I was like, I think they're going tackle.
That's my pick. That's exactly who my pick is. I'm going with Bowers. Risky. It's definitely
one of us is going to be right, I think. I don't think it's anyone outside those.
Sorry, I was typing in the answers to the questions here. I went with Bowers. What did you guys go? Who did you guys go with?
Fuaga for me.
I went with Shannon.
Okay, sorry. I was multitasking here. I'm creating graphics, running streams, and all this fun stuff. So,
need a producer.
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, we're a new
at some point. We will. Yeah,
company. Yeah, no.
NFL draft producer for sure.
We can barely afford to stay afloat with just us doing everything. Last thing I need is to be paying a producer so nobody can watch my show, anyways. Thanks. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
So, I mean, they just got to protect him. So, however you do that. I think Bowers actually does protect him because he can do a lot of, you improve the offense, you kind of get both of both worlds, but I think it's tackle. Just because this tackle run is going to come hot and heavy here in a second. Because if they pass on tackle and then there's 8 tackles that go after this, it's then the next round.
That's the problem, though. I don't know if they expected 2 tackles to be gone already. I originally had them as a tackle too, but both the tackles I thought were going to go to them are already off the board. I only had one tackle going that early, so that's why I pivoted here and went with Brock Bowers, but I guess we will see. We do have a few more minutes here before we get you out of here, Nate. So one sec. Sorry. Bowers.
Yeah.
Bowers. Is that me doing that or you? Is it you double clicking with me? Okay, Bowers, and I'm not taking a shot again. Yes, you are, Trey. You make the pick, you're doing the shot. Sorry, Nate, one more time before we get you out of here in a couple of minutes. Please tell everyone what you do, where we can find you, and if you're promoting anything right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm at Nate Cheat on X, and I'm the I'm the founding owner of IDP Plus, and I'm pretty much the guy in the chair making everything happen. But also, I'm a Scott Fishbowl Avi maker. I work with Bob Lung with the FF Expo. If you ever have a chance to go to Canton in August, definitely hit up the Expo. It's an amazing weekend for fantasy football. And other than that, I help content creators. I do that as a I'm a marketer for a local IT company, so I enjoy just building websites, helping people learn how to podcast, all of those kind of things. So just kind of getting myself out there and seeing what kind of things come from it. But if you want to, if I'm promoting a product right now, IDP Plus has a rookie draft guide that we launched about a month ago. It's been updating, and it will update after this draft with all the new landing spots and have. I think we're gonna have rankings, ADP mock drafts, and actually this year we'll have projections for next year as well.
Ooh, oh, nice. And Jesse, I do see the pick, but one of us was correct. Spoiler alert, the one of us who was correct was not me. Who said Penn State OT?
This fucking guy right here. Let's go.
Right. That would be the answer. The answer to who the Jets picked is Olu Fashanu at 111. I'm working on updating it here. Oh, Roger Goodell. That's how slow I am. Goodell's going to beat me to the podium here announcing the pick. So
see, we're slowly going off the rails. The time's like it's coming together. We're evening it out. Us and Goodell, same time.
Yeah, let's see you do this drunk.
No shot. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I couldn't do it. Like I know myself.
I
know my lane, and then that is not me right there.
I got to do another shot in a second, but let me get the graphic queued up here. Then we'll do that, and then I'll get Nate out of here because I'm sure he's got better shit to do than watch me get drunk on air.
Hey,
I'll
be doing it off air.
Oh, boy. I like your style. You fit it on this podcast better than you thought. All right. One sec. So the pick is in. It is Olu Fashanu, offensive tackle out of Penn State. I'd like to say thank you once again to Nate for joining us. Thank you for having me as well over at IDP. I always want to say IDP guys. It's IDP Plus. I'm enjoying my time there very, very much. And thank you for allowing us to give away a sub here to Brad, who's won 9 things tonight. So hopefully the next giveaway will not be won by Brad. So thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yep. All right. I'll see you guys.
Have a good night.
Yep, bye.
Next up, we've got Justin, who looks real comfy sitting there on that couch. Justin from Toilets to Titles. What's up, my Frankenstank brother?
Hey, what's going on, my man?
Nothing. Oh, I'm just a sec. We got to pause this. You know what? I'm going to let you take a second here to introduce yourself and promote what you're doing and where you work. Well, I get caught up because I owe one shot. I said, what did I say there? It was Fashanu. Who did I say?
It was Bowers.
I said Bowers. So I am owed one more shot for my fourth. 4 through 11 picks. That's not terrible, man. I've gotten, 7 of these right? I've only done 4 shots so far. Not bad. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Sorry, Justin. So where can everyone find you and what is it you do?
Hey, Justin Stevens. I'm from Toilets to Titles. I'm the one of the founding fathers over there at Toilets to Titles. So we've got a lot going on right now, obviously, but we've got most looking forward to the Frankenstank League that you have already mentioned already. So, but the Frankenstank League is our listener league where we have some crazy, insane rules, not the least of which is Freddy Krueger being drafted in the first round, well before Pat Mahomes in the 3rd round. So just throwing out that teaser. But
Justin, can I interrupt you for 30 seconds?
Did you see the pick?
I would no.
Bonkers.
I said that was going to be who my pick is, so I'm not cheating here. I was about to say my pick is going to be Bo Nix, and the Broncos have rushed to the podium to take Bo Nix. So sorry, Justin, go back to promoting yourself, but the Broncos rushed up to take another fucking quarterback here. So go ahead, buddy. I hate to interrupt you. Sorry for that.
You're good, man. I probably would have went Terrion Arnold there. Start the tanking for next season, but
well, no, they took Bo Nix, so they're going to tank for next season anyways.
That's fair.
For the next 5 seasons. I hope you're not a Broncos fan.
That's fair. Hey, if you guys want to reach out to us about the Frankenstank or the 32 league that we're doing, where there's 32 different leagues going on at once, top prize upwards of nearly $4,000. Reach out to us at Toilets to Titles on Twitter. Send us a DM. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my intro. I'm looking forward to the rest of this draft. I was super excited as a Colts fan to see that the Jets did not go with Brock Bowers. That's the guy that I'm really hoping will come to Indianapolis. So we'll see how that works.
That's the dream. It just falls right to you guys.
That's where beautiful. I have the mock to. All right, that's who I have him mocked to.
It's so much fun when we were sitting in that offense. Just get I love it. Don't do it. Don't let freaking Saints do it. We don't want to see it. Get out of here, Saints. We don't want to see that. Or the Raiders.
We spent like the first hour and a half of this drawing out the time, waiting in between picks, and now they're drafting quarterbacks so quick. I can't even get the graphics up in time. So what do we got? We got the Denver Broncos take Bo Nix. Lovely. So that is 6 quarterbacks and 12 picks. Has this ever happened before?
No, there's never been 4 in front of like 9 picks. We just
do we have a tackle off or a defensive end off the board? Do we have a defensive player?
Not a single defensive player been drafted yet. Not a single.
Serious? Dallas Turner didn't go? No, you're right. We don't have a single defensive player off the board.
This is the fantasy manager's like wet dream. That's what this is.
Oh my God. Are they letting the fantasy managers? They're drafting off of mock drafts. That's what they're doing, aren't they?
That's what I'm saying.
The Raiders are up next. They definitely need some defensive help for sure. So
well, they're not drafting a quarterback. There aren't any left.
CB1, baby. Take your favorite cornerback or defensive end.
Dude, they're going to draft Michael Pratt or Spencer. We joked about this earlier. We joked take Spencer Rattler at this pick. You watch. This shit's going to go off the rails. They take Spencer Rattler. I'm chugging this bottle. I'm just saying.
This is insanity.
Hey, if any of you out there actually also watch Toilets to Titles, I'm actually at the infamous Uncle Steve's house. He just lost a bet with Bo Nix going as the 6th quarterback in the 1st round. So the mood's a little down here. I'm going to need you guys to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah. You guys are easily my favorite league to play in this year or every year. I love it. It's great. It's so much fun. You got to get me. You got to let me know when you update all the rules for this year so I can start doing the mock drafts.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the last official rule change usually happens about 3 weeks before the draft. We change it all throughout the offseason, but we're going to keep everybody posted. You stay at least active enough in the Gilded chat. But anybody that wants in on the Frank, we have a free Gilded chat as well. Just hit me up at Toilets to Titles, and we'll get you in that free Gilded chat too to update you on the rules. But
so we've got the Raiders on the clock. Some of their needs are tackle, corner, quarterback, D-line, O-line. What?
Oh, the Broncos just traded for Zach Wilson. What?
Didn't he just get traded?
No, that was earlier today.
Oh yeah, no, I'm tripping. I don't know why.
Damn it, no, you misread it. It said the Broncos who just traded for Zach Wilson now take Bo Nix. Okay, it was poorly worded. I seen the tweet too, but
so that meant they traded him away. I was like, wait a second, hold on.
That's that Sean Payton thing. He always thinks that he's the smartest man in the room, and he's thinking, you know what? I'll go trade for Zach Wilson, and then I'll tell the whole world, hey, we have our quarterback now, and we already still have our other quarterbacks, and so we're not taking a quarterback, and they do something stupid like take a quarterback now that they could have gotten in the 2nd round.
I hate this pick, but this is low-key a perfect fit for Denver here because this offense that Bo Nix runs is pretty much the offense Sean Payton ran with Drew Brees for the last 5 years of his career with Mr. Slant. Like now all they need to do is sign Michael Thomas as a free agent and he can be Slant Boy again for the next 3 years. Because that's all – no, but literally that's all he did with Brees once his arm was gone, and that's all Bo Nix does is throw slants 2 yards downfield. So it's an overdraft reach, but it's a sweet fit. as far as
So
I'm
for this next pick, could you picture Max Crosby and Dallas Turner on either side of each other?
That would be very nice. You get
yeah. So okay, I got to make a pick here, don't I? The Raiders. I said no. My pick here was. I was torn between. I had Fuaga, I had Arnold. I've got a couple of Penix. Penix was my most chosen one, but he's gone. So do I go with? I think I'm gonna go O-line here with what's it? Talise Fuaga. I can never
the
say.
Oregon State guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Fuaga here as my pick.
I'll say they go Quinion Mitchell and get themselves like a stud corner.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Dallas Turner. I know they don't really need an edge rusher like that, but I think for the value at 13th, he should have been a top 10 pick.
Well, and that's why I don't have him here, because in all my lists, he's gone. I've had him gone at 8. I had him gone at 10. I don't have him there, so you're probably right. I'm overthinking it, and Dallas Turner is probably the pick here, but I guess I'll stick with Fuaga because we'll continue the run. I wonder what the record is for the longest we've ever gone without a D player. This has got to be the record, right?
We probably hit it already.
What are we in? Fifth? This is 13?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa, Raiders are taking Brock Bowers. What is going on?
Oh my Lord. Good God. Okay, so I got the all chalk picks to start this out.
What is happening?
Where I didn't have to do a single shot. This shit has just gone
gosh.
off the rails. Oh my God.
This is like our show. It's fully off the rails. Why would you draft Michael Mayer? And you're like, you know what? We're going to draft Brock Bowers. I just don't understand.
If you are tuned into us and you are getting it from us before it, because we're a few picks ahead here, I think. Or not few picks, but we're a little bit ahead. You are getting all the fun stuff here. Holy shit. Brock Bowers.
Hey,
what the hell?
I'll give them that. But like they did not have this need at all. Like they had decent skill for this.
What is going on?
I love how teams are going all offense or just saying screw it. This is nuts.
Holy shit.
But hey, the Seahawks are getting a damn good defensive player no matter what now at 16, so I'm on board with this.
Yeah, when I first came on, I told you guys I was super pumped that the Colts were going to get Brock Bowers now.
Yeah, way to jinx it.
There's absolutely no reason for the Raiders to do this except to piss me off. I hate the Raiders. I hate the Raiders. Now I have another reason to hate the Raiders.
They were watching and said, fuck this guy, man. Fuck that toilet's the title guy. Let's take Brock Bowers just to piss him off.
Unbelievable.
Right. So now Colts.
So now this is a Ballard, Chris Ballard, Colts GM sort of thing where now that Bowers is off the board, Colts are going to trade back. They don't like first round picks. We don't like it. We don't need them. We don't want them. We hate to be playoff teams. We want to continue to be mediocre, which by the way, mediocre, you guys had great guests on early on the show when the top prospects were joining the NFL and everybody's watching. And then at the end, you guys have great guests on when you have the top teams in the NFL to see how they tweak to stay good. I'm like the perfect guy to have in the middle where everybody it's on Toilets of Titles. It's time for everybody to go to the bathroom, get their beer. You know, they're going to come back and watch the second half. I'm like the halftime show that nobody watches. So great job in your scheduling here. You guys
we booked it perfectly, so you get to watch the Colts pick on top of it too.
Yeah, that's right.
The Saints are taking offers, actively taking offers for this pick.
No shit. This
you know what's interesting to me? I'm right near Detroit here, so I was saying that this isn't going to work out well for Detroit because I think all the good DNs and all the good cornerbacks are going to be gone by the time it gets to them. Nope, they are going to have the D end one or the cornerback one off the board as I take another shot. This is perfect for the Lions. The Lions should be trading up for another first round pick here, a late first round. They could take an edge rusher and a corner. Cheers, boys. This is 5.
This has been an interesting draft, man. Well, like the Saints desperately need a tackle more than anybody. Their tackle situation is awful.
Is that who's on the clock? We've got the Saints. I'm not.
But they're probably gonna trade back. But like they have Ramczyk, who's like on one leg, and Trevor Penning is awful. So they have no tackles. They need a tackle more than anybody else in the NFL needs a tackle. So like,
who's gone? Fashanu's gone, but Fuaga's still on the board.
Fuaga's still there, and Feltano from the Washington is still there. So like there's 2 really good tackles.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's got to be the pick.
I will say this much about Brock Bowers to the Raiders is you've got a super athletic guy that can play far more than just tight end. As a matter of fact, I would say his natural position is in the NFL is going to be less tight end, to be honest with you. He's probably going to play a lot of slot. He's going to play a lot out of the backfield. They're going to move him around a lot for fantasy purposes. He might actually even be kind of frustrating from week to week. We might see a Taysom Hill level guy minus the quarterback play. where it's kind of a boom or bust sort of thing. But so it kind of makes sense the more I'm thinking about it. But man, I hate it. I truly hate it.
I love that
he's gonna play a lot of big slot for them, like because he's very much a weapon, and like you're 100% right. I think when they go to 3 wide receiver sets, he's gonna be their 3rd wide receiver with Adams and Myers on the field, and he's just
celebrating the draft. I love when they put the graphic up to show you how impressive their offense was, and it was what Aiden O'Connell, Devontae Adams, Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers, and Brock Barry. Yeah, that wasn't an impressive graphic.
Go trade for Kirk Cousins. Go get Kirk Cousins, Raiders.
I'm going to put the Saints on the clock because they're technically on the clock. I got to think they either got to take an O tackle here or trade down. I can't see what.
Yeah, I mean, you can take the top edge guy too. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, they need pieces, right? So I think they have. Like, this is a perfect spot for them to be.
So we got the Saints on the clock. So I am. Who's the top one left? Let me look here. I don't know if I want to go Fasciano or Fuaga. I think I've got Fasciano higher. Yeah, I'm going Fasciano. Fasciano's gone, right?
Yeah. Fuaga's the top guy, and then Fautano.
Okay. There's too many fucking Fasciano.
Exactly.
The guy with the F name.
I don't know, man. I think for me, if I'm the Saints, they need anything. I'm just going to take top player off the board. And I know I said it last time, but for me, it's Dallas Turner. If they keep the pick.
I think that makes a lot of sense, which is why the Saints won't do it. So I'm going to go with
I guess they're picking
Fuaga, or who's the other one on the board? Fatano? Yeah. I'm going to go with Fuck, that's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, Troy Fatano. Yeah.
Give me Troy Fatano. Give me Troy Fatano. That'll be my pick here.
Is a good problem to have, is that position. So yeah, I'm with you. I think they're gonna take him as well.
I expect them to trade, but
this means the Seahawks get one of Dallas Turner or Byron Murphy, and I'm like, yes, please take one of those guys. So yes, that's fantastic for them. Like, I'm all aboard this. Where we can see both those guys are back to back. Where and the same, like, do you think the Colts are going to take a cornerback now?
I still think that there's a greater than likely chance that Chris Ballard trades back if there's anybody that's willing to trade up, anybody that's willing to give up their later first and a second, or even just 2 seconds, then he's very likely to trade back. But honestly, everybody's got them mocked to do a defensive back. Uncle Steve even said that he'd like to see them take a defensive back here, but I don't know. I really like Julius Prince. I thought that Julius Prince was pretty solid, and we've got Moore, who's consistently been great. He's a Pro Bowl player, so I think we're good at starting defensive back. It would be wonderful to see a solid defensive back in there and see Julius Prince be more of a nickelback DB or a third DB on the team. Like, that would be great. But I think there's enough other needs for this team that they could go a lot of different directions with it.
This shit's going off the rails in a quick hurry, man. Good God.
Especially how this draft's gone, right? Nobody expected the draft to go like this, where it was so offensive heavy and like those quarterbacks. So it's pushing these really good players down.
You think the NFL told them chill the fuck out? You're going a little too fast, because seems like the Saints are. Oh no, you know what? The Saints are trying. Oh my God, the Saints are made their pick, as I said. Who did I go with? I can't remember. I think I got it wrong.
Oh, we got it wrong.
No, right? It was Fuaga. Fuck.
Is the guy that went? I know, the Oregon State guy. Should have done it.
The funny part was the pick came up and I couldn't tell you if I got it wrong or not, because I can't remember the fucking name.
The names are too similar, yeah.
Holy shit. I'm typing it in and I still can't remember the name.
He's probably the best player on their board, and he fits their needs so much. So yeah, it makes sense to them.
All right, we'll talk about it for a sec, because I got to type this up, and I got to sit here and literally spell check this, because I can't spell this guy's name to save my life. Just want to throw this out there.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So now we get to the Colts, and it gets real interesting, because like they kind of set the draft from here with these premium position players still unavailable, right? So they trade down. Right. It sets the draft. Somebody comes up, takes the draft, or they take the top defensive end, which I would love to see. The latest of defensive ends gone in a draft, because we have to be pushing that. Like, we haven't had one go yet, right? So
we still have no defensive players altogether, right?
You mean the Colts?
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the defensive player go yet. So we're still pushing this out, which is crazy. So if you need a defensive, which a lot of these teams are coming up, like they have defensive needs. So I think we're going to see a pretty significant run on them.
You know what this is going to do, though, right? This is all those teams we thought at the end of the round who we thought were going to draft a wide receiver are now taking these defensive players who've fallen. So all those, this is going to kill fantasy drafts for wide receivers because what do we expect to have? Six first-round receivers? You're going to see a bunch
right to the perfect spot in the back half of the first round. The teams that need wide receiver are still going to get them. So, like, we got the big guys that went, and then we're going to see that run late in the first, like we talked about your Lions, the Chiefs, the Bills, all those teams, they're going to be sitting there, and the wide receivers are going to be there for them. So
I think they're going to take the defensive players that shouldn't have fallen. Like, I thought the Lions didn't have a chance of getting the top edge or the top cornerback, but they're going to get one easily now. I think the exact opposite. I think this is going to kill, and all those teams who were going to take the tier 2 of wide receiver, I think they're now going to take a cornerback or an edge that they weren't expecting to be there.
Yeah, we got to get past Jacksonville, the Rams, the Bengals, and the Steelers. Like, they're going to kind of go a long way with that draft.
Okay, well, the Steelers will take a wide receiver because that's what
they should. They definitely should. But they also need a tackle. Like, there's a problem for them, too. So it's just – this whole draft's just bonkers, man. My mind's blown watching this.
Oh, and
the Steelers would trade up to get a wide receiver, but they obviously did not.
Yeah, that would have been good for them if they could have.
These are getting harder to pour.
You've not seen a draft night trade yet either. Like, nobody's willing or able to trade up.
We've seen the Jets and the Vikings. The one spot, yeah.
Oh yes, one spot. Yeah, that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
And what was the point, right? Like,
I know, he probably could have got the guy
over someone.
Like, yeah.
Well, you're okay. So perfect. We actually timed this kind of perfect. Like, we're a couple of geniuses here, but your team is now on the clock, I believe, once they announce this pick officially, because the Colts are here. So I have them as corner, receiver, tight end, edge, D line. You're the Colts guy. What do you think they do, and what do you hope they do?
I kind of feel like they're going to go corner again. I just want them to take the best guy on the board. And again, to me, that's Dallas Turner. I know we're deep at defensive end. We don't have a standout, crazy good Pro Bowl defensive end, but we have a lot of really solid play there. So maybe they're comfortable with defensive end and they do go defensive back. If that's the case, I'd like to see him go Terrion Arnold.
That's who I have. Terrion Arnold is exactly who I was.
Yeah, a lot of people have Quinion Mitchell over him, but for me personally, I'm going to go Terrion Arnold, and I'll probably go ahead and lock that in as my pick for the Colts here now. But again, I'm not excited about it. Still really hoping that they trade back.
I agree wholeheartedly with Terrion Arnold. I didn't expect him to fall this late. I would have loved Dallas Turner, but I don't think this is where he goes. I don't expect him to be this far, but this has got to be where the defensive player, where we get the first D off the board. They're not going to overreach on a tight end. Maybe they take second tier of receiver. I think this is our first defensive player. My buddy Trey thinks Kool-Aid. I think Kool-Aid is the worst of the Alabama corners. I'm going with Terrion Arnold. Kool-Aid, I think, is like my 4. I have Quinion Mitchell. I have another corner in there, but off the top of my head, I can't seem to remember. I'm not sure why I can't remember, but anyways. Who's the other corner?
With the other corner for who?
No. I'm trying to think of who the third cornerback in my rankings is above Kool-Aid, but I can't. It's I know I have Terrion Arnold, and then I have Quinion Mitchell, but off the top of my head, I can't remember who 3
Probably
is.
Cooper DeJean.
It's Cooper DeJean.
And that's who Uncle Steve was hoping the Colts take is Cooper DeJean. But as far as I know, you mentioned earlier wide receiver to the Colts, but for me, the wide receiver position at this point, the best of the best are gone, and the rest of them are deep enough that the Colts could probably go wide receiver in the second round and still get a really solid option.
Top 3 off the board for receiver. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's your best of the best. I think the rest of them are close enough, and there's enough of them that you could pretty much get whoever in the second round. But obviously, more wide receivers are going to come off the board. I'm kind of shocked, especially with as many offensive players that have gone, that we've only seen 3. But
6 fucking quarterbacks through 12 picks.
Yeah,
how is this possible?
I don't even know.
Insane. And they say it's a good quarterback class. I guess we'll know in a few years.
Yes, we will. One of them's gonna be sitting for like 2 years. That's it.
Remember when we said that about the class? What was it? Trevor Lawrence, and then they had 4 guys who are either cut or on different teams. What was it? Fields, Lance, Was it Zach Wilson? That whole class. Lawrence looks like crap, and he somehow looks like the prize of the group. So, I have to update my shot counter here.
After I said all that about wide receiver, I would not be super upset if the Colts took Brian Thomas, though.
Oh, that's okay. So that would have been my next question. If they go receiver, that's who you want, Brian Thomas Jr.?
Yeah. If they do go wide receiver here, then that's what I would want.
You're going AD Mitchell, Jesse? Is that who you're wanting?
No, I think
don't get me wrong. My pick here for them is still Terrion Arnold.
Yeah, I think
if they go wide receiver, I'd be okay with Thomas.
Ooh, Kirk Cousins was not given a heads up that they would be drafting a quarterback and is not pleased.
Yeah, I bet he's pissed. They gave him a 4-year deal, $100 million guaranteed, like 180 overall or something like that. Like you go there knowing you're the guy, and now they're going to take a quarterback in the first round. Like the Falcons are still falconing, is what's happening.
Yes, bad organizations make
falconing.
Just brutal.
Look at that, he's eating Doritos. Dallas Turner in the green room eating Doritos. The Colts are taking
Somebody's going to take Turner. Somebody's going to take him.
The Colts are taking him. They got the camera on him.
Ooh,
come on, baby.
Nice.
I'll be pleased with that.
I'll go with that. Let's go, Turner.
No pick up yet.
Bowers, but that's not a bad consolation pick.
I don't have a pick yet, so.
Well, you better get it in there. I just told you who it is.
No, sorry. No, I made an actual pick. Who did I take? Oh, I took Terrion Arnold. No, what I meant was I don't have – nobody's tweeted me who the pick is yet, so I don't think the Colts have made the pick yet.
No, I don't think so either, but I don't think he breaks out the Doritos for the promotion if he didn't already get the phone call is what I'm saying.
Right, that makes a lot of sense.
That was just a hunch. That was just he's trying to get that commercial.
Your hunch is wrong.
Oh,
Latu.
First I love Latu. Damn it. I wanted the Seahawks to get him. Son of a bitch.
Latu out of UCLA.
He's a freaking stud, man. I think he's so good. Oh, well. That's a good pick for them. Like, he's going to make that room a lot better. So.
We have our first defensive player off the board. 15 freaking picks in. Latu. Another name I can't spell. Why can't these this is why I hate IDP leagues. You can't spell any of the freaking names.
I'd probably have him third or fourth on my list for defensive players. This is disappointing. Why didn't they trade back?
Yeah, he's third. I think he's my third or fourth D end. I have him behind Dallas Turner and Jared Verse. So I don't mind him, but I don't mind him if the other two were gone off the board, but I don't like him as the first defensive player off the board.
Yeah, I had him behind Dallas and then Terrion Arnold, and I even had him behind Byron Murphy.
Yeah, Byron Murphy's really good, man. He's if the Seahawks get Byron Murphy here, I'm gonna be very happy. He feels needed. But yeah, I'm obviously they had him as the top corner on the board because they had every corner available, and defensive end on the board, and they took him. So they must obviously really like him, and they trust him with a plug and play skill set. It's just obviously the ceiling might not be there, but who knows?
He had injury issues. Almost,
but he got cleared.
He was medically retired at one point, wasn't he, in college?
Yeah, he was at UW and medically retired, and then he went to UCLA, and they were like, "Hey, you can actually play." And then he was just a dominant player for them.
Hopefully, Dallas Turner saved some of those Doritos.
Yeah,
right.
Maybe he's getting paid by the chip in his sponsorship. I don't know. Get that Dorito NIL money.
All right, Seahawks. Who are you going to take? You got lots of good options here. Just don't let me down.
Yeah, you're a Seahawks fan, right?
Yes, I am.
I mean, I can kind of tell by the colors.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah. I never wear this jersey. I was like, I'll wear it today because why not? It's an old
well, you've got your wall painted to match, so I think that's what you meant.
We moved into this house and it was like that. I did
sure
not.
Sure it was. You lying son of a bitch.
Aaron, my son that you met in Canton at the draft, he works at Walmart here in town, and he's actually leaving work early so he can make it home in time, or make it here in time to see the Lions pick. So he's a big Lions fan.
Nice. And my seventh of the night. Okay, so I'm at 7 and 15 picks. Now I went from where I was at 75% accuracy. Now I'm down to 50-50. It's getting rough.
It's get off the rails. But, it'll be like that.
Getting a little tougher to swallow. I'm not going to lie. Who's on the clock next? You said Seahawks?
Yes, sir. Just take Byron Murphy. Take him to the bank. Or, take freaking the top edge on the we need front 7 guys on both sides of the field. You take an interior lineman.
Oh, I guess we should do us another ducky race here because you only got a few more minutes, 5 more minutes. Let's bring up the ducky race. We got the same 3 people in right now. It is Brad, Trey, Todd. For the love of God, if Brad fucking wins this, I quit. Okay, we're ready to go. Is it showing up on the screen? Yes, everything's good.
Yep.
All right, let's go. We've got Trey's the king, and we've got the astronaut duck. Brad gets the cool one again, and then Todd's just a regular ass duck. So let's roll.
What is this for?
Frankenstank.
Oh, okay. So this is the Frankenstank free entry. Gotcha.
Yes, it is. Yep.
And that Brad guy's already won a bunch, right?
He's won the first 3, but he's not going to win this one because he's in first. And the person who's in first early never wins. Trey is joining me in Frankenstank. Trey is the perfect person for this. Trey will be joining me in Frankenstank. I should get Trey. Trey's off from work injured, and I should get Trey to come to Canton with me and draft this live. So, okay.
There you go.
Frank, if my pen would work, Frank went to Trey.
And then Aaron won the free room with us with Toilets Titles at Canton.
Yeah. Don't think I wasn't tweeting that shit out to make sure I got the free room. You know how expensive my room. I was going to split it with a friend. My room was going to be $695 for the weekend.
Yeah,
from Thursday to Monday.
We're selling rooms for $100 a pop if anybody out there is interested.
Ooh, nice.
So reach out. So we've got between the sponsors and the Patreon and myself and Coach, we're kind of covering the rest of it. So $100 a room. So reach out to us if you need a spot. And those other 2 guys that were in that race, if you also won in Frank, just make sure you reach out to me at Toilets Titles. I'm sure we can work something out.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, they're both friends of mine. I know both of them. So
right on.
We will. What do we got? You still got a few more minutes here. We want to talk Seahawks. I think they're just. Oh, is that Latu? That's what he looks like. He doesn't look like he does in a uniform.
Huh. Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I'm like, who the fuck is this guy hugging everyone? That's Latu. Huh. Okay,
it's a little different.
All right, so what are we thinking here? Seahawks need edge, tackle, D line, O line, corner. I had them as a sneaky spot to draft a quarterback. Not anymore. So what are we thinking?
Yeah, I'm honestly happy if they take anyone on the front 7, and then you on the opposite side of the ball on tackle. Due to the injuries with Gabe Lucas, his knee might not be good, so they might need to take him there. And they also need interior protection in the offense line. So anyone on the front 7 on both sides of the ball, get a big body, put him in there. Byron Murphy, you go edge, you get Dallas Turner, you get one of those guys. I will be thrilled as long as we stay there or trade back. That's my hope for that. We'll see.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks should take the number 1 defensive player in the draft and Dallas Turner, personally. But I'm watching Latu on the stage right now talking about how he can't even understand how this is possible.
You're not the only one, buddy.
So do all of the Colts fans out there who now have officially given up on Chris Ballard.
Not even the Colts fans, just everyone going, how is Latu the first defensive player off the board?
Yeah, I don't think you know what I'm talking
I don't
about.
understand.
I mocked him to the Falcons at 8 just because there was some smoke about it, and I think he's a really good player. But yeah, I thought they were going to take Turner, and then of course, nope. Here comes Michael Penix, and we're all like, all right, we don't know what's going on anymore. Nobody has a clue.
We got the Seahawks on the clock. Anybody want to talk about this?
Sure. Yeah.
Seahawks. What are you thinking, Jesse? You're the Seahawks fan. Who do you want to pick?
Like I was saying, defensive line is very much in need. They can't really generate pass rush. That's always been an issue. They have Boye Mafe, who looks good from basically an analytics standpoint, but overall, they need someone who could be an impact pass rusher. And if they want to do it up the middle, then that's Byron Murphy because he can stop the run and do the pass rush. He's the ideal defensive tackle you take early in the draft because he can do both the things and really set your up defense where he frees up the linebackers and gives space to your defense. So either one of those type of guys, get the impact player and you roll with it, and then you build this roster out because their trenches have been rough the past few years. So just do it. Go get one of those guys. I don't care which one of you guys, as long as on the trenches, I'm good.
All right, Justin, before we get you out of here, do your thing one more time. Tell everyone about what it is you do. Frankenstank. I mean, talk about Frankenstank if you'd like.
Yeah, at Toilets Titles, it's Frankenstank is a monster of a league, literally. So all of the divisions are monster themed. There are 12 teams per division. We are increasing up to, I think we're going up to 140 plus teams total in the Frankenstank for next season. So we definitely have spots available. But the big one also that I wanted to try to push tonight, if you don't mind, is a 32 team quasi or I don't. Some people call it a quasi best ball league. Others call it like a partial best ball. But we're drafting 32. It's a 32 team league. It's only $10. Half of it goes to charity, so it's mostly just for fun. This is like a trial run. You're gonna be like my beta contributors here to see if it works out well. But half of it's going to Toys for Tots in a county in Florida. Our guys George and Jason run the Break from the Grind charities. The other half will go to payouts, but essentially you choose a team that you want to represent. So like Jesse, if you wanted to say you are representing the Seahawks, let's say you get the first overall pick and you want CMC. You're not drafting CMC. You're drafting all of the 49ers running backs. And you are the only one that has the rights to all of the 49ers running backs for the entire season. So CMC gets hurt, you just drop him and pick up the next guy up. Nobody else can pick up CMC. CMC comes back 3 weeks later, just go pick him up and drop the third guy on your list. So from that aspect, you just plug and play based off of injury, but you're starting every player on your roster in best ball scoring. So that's how it works out. Again, it's only $10. Half of it to charity, half for payouts. So $160 up for grabs. So just reach out to me again at Toilets and Titles or at JustinFF_. I haven't thrown that one out either. I am not verified like our T2T account is, so I don't know which one you can send a DM to, but
I hate that.
Yeah.
Justin, you almost talked the exact perfect amount of time there because I'm about to load up the graphic for what I'm sure Jesse already knows. Jesse, what do you feel about your Seahawks pick there? As I get ready, one sec.
I haven't seen it yet, so.
Oh, you don't know who it is? One sec.
No, my phone's not with me. So
don't say. I'll break it for you then if you don't know. It's processing. Sorry, I got to reload Google Slides every time. So I'll announce who the pick is here for Seattle, and then we'll say bye to Justin. The pick for Seattle is DT Byron Murphy. I think that's a steal.
Yes, that's beautiful. We love it. We love it. We're thrilled with this decision. Bravo.
All right. Well, thank you, Justin, very much for joining us. I will see you in Canton. I'm damn sure of that. You will get to see the drunk mad scientist up close and personal at the draft house.
Love it. I just saw the drunk mad scientist at the draft.
No comment.
All right. Have a good one, fellas.
All right. Take care.
See you, Justin.
And we have Hutch, but before we get into that, Seattle, I had Fatanu. Damn it. I didn't even get to change my pick, so I'm just going with who was on my board. It was not Byron Murphy because I had him gone a long time ago, but these fucking teams went crazy with quarterbacks, so shot number 8.
It's going very well, as you can tell, Hutch. How you doing?
How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Hutch can't even legally drink, and I'm 8 shots deep, and we're at what pick is this? Who's on the clock?
17.
17.
We're after the Seahawks.
17 now. Yeah.
All right. Well, I still remember how to host. Thank you for joining us, Hutch. You want to tell us who you are, where we can all find you? What the hell's your dad? You're on a podcast without your dad? What the hell?
I think my dad's actually hanging out downstairs. He's probably watching the draft. He might have gone to bed. He might have gone to bed already, or he might have turned it off, but he definitely started out watching the draft.
I do not have a single picture from the expo of you without your dad in the picture. I just like this.
Yeah, really?
No,
I
not a single one.
Me without my dad.
You're in every one.
That's amazing. That's great. But anyways, my name's Hutchinson Brown. I mean, I've been with Elron before. I've been on the show for him before, but y'all can follow me on Twitter at HutchinsonB_FF. And I'm just a teenage content creator trying to make his way in the fantasy space. I do a lot in this industry, with football guys, with DLF. I got hooked on fantasy. My podcast with Luke Sawhook, all about fantasy football. And I'm just grinding this industry, working as hard as I can to try to make it big time in this industry. So that's what I'm trying to do.
It's fun.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Making it big time. So we've got so the Seahawks are just announcing that pick. Next up on the clock, I'm really glad I have this on the paper in front of me because I would not have remembered this. Next up, we have the Jags. Where's the graphic? I'm
really hoping for a specific pick here.
You what team are you a fan of?
I mean, I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm not a Jags fan, but I've mocked this for a while now. I've really looking at Xavier Worthy as the pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars here to replace Calvin Ridley as their wide receiver 1.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it. They're trading down.
Oh shoot, really?
With the Vikings, I think is what it said, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I'm gonna find. Let me find Twitter.
You have to wait. I got it.
Yep, they're the Vikings. Yeah. Vikings are trading
Trading
up.
down.
Uh-oh.
They're back on the clock, and they are trading down to 23.
I wonder what the Vikings are trading.
Who did the Vikings take with their first pick? It's
they JJ.
JJ. Okay, so what do we think we're gonna? I'm gonna bring the just a second.
Figured
I wanna
out,
bring the Vikings back up here. The Vikings. So what are we thinking here? The Vikings need edge. So this has got to be for Dallas Turner, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Okay, yeah, I'm locking in Dallas Turner.
Yeah, I would.
There's
lock in
also,
Dallas.
yeah, it's that or corner. Like I think those are the two spots they go because they have significant.
Yeah, there's a few good corners left too. I mean, Quinn Mitchell's still on the board,
and he would be
Mitchell's still out there. You could get him as well. So yeah, this is quite interesting.
Yeah, I did not expect this. If anybody's going to trade up, I honestly thought the Jaguars were going to stick a pick because they have needs at corner. They also, like we talked about wide receiver, like they have those needs too, and that fit them perfectly. But they must be all these guys in the same tier where they can trade down and still get the guy they're looking for. Would be my guess.
So yeah, I got to think this is Dallas Turner, but who knows? So I'm going to lock in Dallas Turner as
Dallas
my
Turner
pick.
Mitchell.
Yeah. Do I have? Yeah, they do need a corner. I guess that's their second one. See,
Jaguars are officially on the clock.
No, they traded, right? It's the Vikings.
Yeah, trade down.
Yeah. Okay.
No, so sorry. Yeah, Vikings officially up on the clock.
Yeah, Vikings. Yeah, that's what you threw me. I'm like, no, didn't the Jags just trade out of this?
They just, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we're
day has
done.
been very chaotic. There's been so much going on with these.
You're telling me, try doing it drunk while running duck races.
I told you, I literally would not be able to do it. That's why I'm not going to try to do it. That's like
half a bottle. This bottle was full 2 hours
ago. You're doing good. You were making progress, we could say.
I'm surprisingly coherent. I'm not going to lie. For someone who's, what am I, 8? Did I update this? I did one when Hutch came on, right? I'm at 9?
Yep, baby.
I don't remember.
I think so.
The Vikings select Dallas Turner. That's the pick.
There we go.
So that makes sense.
Had to be him.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Then we got 18 Cincinnati. They could, here's the thing though. They could be looking at. I wouldn't be surprised if with T. Higgins requesting a trade if they look at wide receiver here.
Ooh, that's interesting. I would have originally said tight end, but with Bowers gone.
No, Bowers is gone. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, and the OTs are gone, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot for them. This is quite an interesting spot.
Maybe they trade down. I'm not sure. This is tough to project. I mean, I got that pick right in Dallas Turner, but everything else has kind of got off the board here. We don't really know what the hell's going on. 6 quarterbacks in the first 12
quarterback.
What the hell is going on? Trade terms, sorry. Vikings get 17, Jags give up 23, 167, and a 25 third and fourth.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
So the Jags got less for trading down 6 than what was it earlier? The Jets, or who made the trade down earlier?
Oh, the Jets when they traded with the Jets.
Yeah, that trade down of 1 pick netted more than the trade down for 6 picks somehow. Don't ask me.
Well, I mean, probably because top 10 compared to like mid-late teens.
I guess.
It makes it more
1 pick.
More of an impact. Yeah,
it's
only 1 pick. Yeah.
All right.
I think Minnesota made that move because they were scared of Denver trading up because Denver ended up taking the quarterback. Yeah. They were probably scared of we need to secure this trade so Denver doesn't do it to us.
That's exactly what we were saying.
We're not dumb enough to take Bo Nix at 11th overall. Oh my God, I don't get it.
We were saying that exactly because we were saying who are they trying to jump here? Is it Denver or the Raiders here? One or the other. And then the answer was Denver, obviously, because Denver took the quarterback anyways.
Yeah. I just like those 2 quarterback picks, man, Penix and Bo Nix. I just don't get the logic behind either of them, especially the Penix one.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's just
like
bad.
why sign Kirk Cousins in the first place? Right? Like, it makes 0 sense. I don't understand that at all. What just happened? I don't get it.
Doesn't sound like Kirk Cousins is too pleased with it.
I mean, would you be? I would be furious. You go sign a max contract pretty much over there, and they're like, oh, guess what? No, we're gonna draft a guy 8th overall.
I guess he gets paid either way. Well, no, I guess is it fully guaranteed?
No, but there is a lot of guarantees in his contract, so he's still gonna get paid.
How about if they cut his ass next week? Is it still fully guaranteed?
If you're Oakland, I would immediately pick up the phone and be like, all right, what's it take to get Kirk Cousins? Because I really don't want to go to AOC this year again with all those players they have. And then they add Brock Bowers to that team. It's like, or sorry, Vegas, not Oakland.
Dude, I need to show you this tweet. Someone just tweeted the Someone just tweeted the Falcons GM when he finds out the NFL isn't a super flex league, and he put like a really shocked GIF. That's really funny.
That is awesome. I
That is
love it.
hilarious.
That's how you win the day.
That wins the internet, man. That's so funny.
Too funny. That's good stuff.
Dude, that's good.
Oh yeah, I'm watching a video right now. Someone's showing Terry Fontenot trying to explain himself to Arthur Blank for the Falcons. It's like, good luck, my friend. Good luck. Oh. So yeah, chaos NFL draft, like we talk about every year. We always think we know it, and then we don't know anything.
So who we got? What Bengals on the clock?
Yes,
Bengals on the clock. They got 4 minutes left. It's starting to tick down a little bit. So
on my screen, it's still on like my TV screen. It's still showing the Vikings are on the clock, and the pick's not even in.
Oh
no,
yeah.
it says
I'm at the
no, it
Bengals
says
for 4.5 minutes.
It says selection. You're right. Sorry, I misread it. So we got Bengals on the clock. OT, D line, receiver, tight end, and corner are their biggest needs. I think I had them with a tackle originally, but I don't think they want to go tackle here unless who's left? Fatanu, right? I think my pick for them here is D line. With I had them. My second pick would have been Murphy, who's gone. I'm gonna go Jersey and Newton here out of Illinois. I don't know. What do you guys think they do?
Yeah,
I think they want to prevent.
Oh no, you go. Sorry.
No, I think they could go Verse here as well. Verse Florida State, he's on the board. That'd be an interesting pick at edge. Also, I mentioned it a second ago, but if they're planning to trade T. Higgins, wide receiver would be the pick here. Like they need that pick. So,
and I think it's one of them, or they go tackle. They could go Mims and just shoot for the ceiling shot with Mims, even though he started to 8 games. But I think he could be a guy where you could. If he's right and healthy, he could be a true difference maker for them for the line.
Okay, if they were to go receiver here, who's the receiver you guys are taking?
I think they would go Brian Thomas or Donnie Mitchell. Get that big guy.
Especially if you're trading Higgins, right? Because you want to replace that X. So
replace the X. Get Thomas or Mitchell. I would bet on Thomas to be the pick.
Now we have a brief lull here after rapid fire. I could barely keep up there for a second, but now we've calmed down. This draft is the most chaotic thing I can remember for drafts in the last. I don't remember
every year.
No, but literally, every year we do these mock drafts and go, oh yeah, haha, this is what it would look like if a fantasy analyst drafted it, an NFL draft. This one looks like a fantasy analyst drafted these fucking picks.
No, seriously, this is stupid.
They know there's defense. What happened to defense wins championship? Fuck those defensive players. What do we got? 1D off the board, 2Ds. We got Dallas Turner. Oh, Latu.
I think it's
I think it's 4 now. I think we're at the 4.
Do we have a corner off the board yet?
We do, yeah. That was very early in the draft. We had a corner go off the board.
Who? Arnold?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arnold went off the board early.
Just a second.
Right now, I don't see one.
I'm just a sec. I've got all the picks. So I'll recap. We got Caleb Williams to the Bears, Jaden Daniels to the Commanders, Patriots get Drake May, Cardinals Marvin Harrison Jr., Chargers go Joe Alt, the Giants go Malik Neighbors, J.C. Latham to the Titans, Michael Penix Jr. to the Falcons.
Sure, I was wrong.
Roma Dunzi to the Bears, J.J. McCarthy to the Vikings, Olu Fushanu to the Jets, Bo Nix to the Broncos, Brock Bowers to the Raiders, Fuaga to the Saints, Latu to the Colts, Byron Murphy to the Seahawks, Dallas Turner to the Vikings. So we have 3 straight defensive linemen. Those are the only ones. We don't have a corner. We have 3 defensive linemen off the board, and that's it for defensive players. 3 in a row, actually, but this shit is crazy, man. So what did I lock in here? I said, Jersey and Newton is who I said.
Yeah. I mean,
although I guess with the number 1, 2, and 3 corners still on the board, I told you this is what I worried about, and I said it earlier because we all said, these teams are going to start, but at the end with the 18th pick, it came up, but I missed it. Anybody see who the Bengals just picked?
They took Mims, the tackle out of.
Amarius Mims. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, it came up and I swiped it off with the 18th pick. But so I think this worries me for receivers late in the draft or late in the first round here because everyone says, you got the last 3 or 4 teams that are all going to go receiver. I think the value for teams like the Lions is going to be too much to pass on the first or second cornerback off the board. We've still got some great defensive players. So I just don't know if we're going to see as many receivers go as we thought. We're going to see 9 times more quarterbacks go, but I don't know. What are you guys thinking? How are you feeling about this?
I mean, it makes sense for them as a team, honestly, for the Bengals to go that defensive line. It makes a lot of sense. It just made.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not as much as I want to say, like, I'm super like all in on these defensive guys. I do mostly the research on the offensive players because fantasy analyst here. But this just makes a lot of sense because especially with Hendrickson, that on the trade block, potentially he's requested a trade out of Cincinnati. It just makes sense for them to fill in that defensive line a little bit more.
I thought, who'd they go with?
They took Mims, the tackle, out of Georgia.
Oh, wait, sorry. What the
Yeah,
heck?
I was gonna say, you said defense. I'm like, didn't they take
Yeah,
a
no,
Well, no,
sorry.
but you were talking about Newton, so like that's why
I thought about it. For a second,
No, they took Mims,
took
the
tackle. Okay.
O tackle, which I had them taking an
Also makes
offensive
a lot of sense.
tackle. It's the
Yeah.
position they needed. I just
do. We keep
they got
Trevor
the
Holt
4th tackle off the board, and it's not who I would have hoped for them, but they got the right position. I just think they probably should have pivoted
Fair
instead
enough,
of
yeah.
overdrafting the 4th tackle.
And then we're at the Rams. I think it's an interesting spot because they get Futano, who's kind of the tackle that's falling, and they need a tackle. They could take him. Or you could add one. We know they've looked at like Worthy and other wide receivers too, right? So I think they're an interesting team who could kind of dictate the draft a little bit from here. They also need corner, a few defensive guys, but like you kind of can pick your poison with the Rams and where you want to go.
I have them going originally. I had them going Verse or Latu, but in this case, I guess it's Turner. Turner's still on the board, right?
No, he went to the Vikings.
Okay, so then my pick
Yeah,
for the Rams is
Turner
going to be
was-
Verse.
Yeah, like
Versus a
Very
solid
good
option
pick
there.
Sorry, where did Turner go?
He went to the
Minnesota.
it's pick 17.
Oh yeah, they traded up.
pick
They
17.
traded up. You're right.
They
you're
traded
right.
up to get him, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I have him on the board. He's right in front of me 2 picks ago. Okay, so then my pick for the Rams, I'll leave this on the clock for a second here because we've still got the Bengals up. My pick is going to be, I guess I'll move it. Rams need an edge, corner, D-line, O-tackle, and corner. I guess they needed it so bad I put it twice. I think that's supposed to be quarterback, and I was voice texting it and put cornerback, but I will go with Jared Verse locked in. I also got the Mims pick wrong. So we know what that means. We're into double digits now. This will be my 10th.
Yeah,
Is it 10?
we're off the rails here, folks.
10 in, what is this? Pick 18, 10.
Yep.
You know what's funny? At pick 11, I had only done 4 shots. We're now at pick 18 and I'm up to 10. So I've done 6 in a row here, something like that. We're on a cold streak. Let's just say that.
Let's hopefully turn it back around here soon.
Yeah.
Well, you know
Hutch-
why? Because
Who are you
I'm an IDP guy, so I'm higher on all the defensive players. So everyone just saying, fuck it, let's punt defense is not helping me out here, man. Like I've locked in another defensive pick for like the 8th player in a row. You all right there, Hutch?
Me? Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Hutch looked like he was having a hard time. You look like I feel right now. I'm just like, oh.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so I'm locking in Verse here. What do you guys think? What are you doing if you're the Rams?
I'm taking Quinnion Mitchell, the top corner. Like he's my cornerback 1, so I'm taking
Yeah, I
him
would take that as
on the
well.
Rams. Like I think that is a very good pick for them to go. But yeah, like there's a lot of good players. Like they could go 4 or 5 different ways, and it would make sense because they still need a third wide receiver in that offense too. So like you go there, you go tackle. Like there's Newton. I'm happy with any of these guys, honestly.
And the Bengals are, oh no, they're just talking about it now. So
Yeah, I mean you can always trade back too because there's a lot of good players.
Rams
with
have
needs, so-
3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, so we got time for them.
that dude's huge. My God.
Dude, he's
Mims?
nasty.
Yeah,
You know what his combine time was at the 40?
ridiculous.
4.7
It was
something?
It was a 5:07.
Oh no, okay. That
The
makes
big
sense.
man running that fast. I remember I saw it on
Mims,
video and I was like,
That's pretty fast for a man his size.
big dude should not move that fast. That's terrifying. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, that's just not right. And then I remember last year we had somebody like ran a 4.7, one of the D linemen or whatever. And they showed his combine time, and I was just like, wait, what? This guy's 300 pounds running 4.7? I was like, sheesh, it's terrifying.
My buddy shit talking me. He goes, what's in the bottle? LOL, you're not drunk. Iced tea? ?
Yeah. You're like, I don't know about you, but I feel great. Yeah.
Fuck you. Do I look like I'm not drunk? My face is turning redder, and that's not just the lighting. My face was not this red at the beginning.
Oh, interesting. First, because Mims. That's why. Okay, sorry, I was reading. Let's see. So where's like we got a few fantasy wide receivers left, right? We still got those tier 2 guys. Who's your favorite spot in this area, Hutch? Because Aaron's off the rails, so we don't gotta worry about that. But
I'm not off the rails. You didn't hear him drinking iced tea, and I'm not drunk. Fuck off. Leave me alone.
Looking at wide receiver, I mean, I personally, I don't know how you guys feel. Xavier Worthy is in his own tier for me as the wide receiver 4 of this class. He is my dude. Like, I mean, he is one of my guys in this class. I love Xavier Worthy. Like, I would love to, I mean, Pittsburgh would be interesting for him, being the potential wide receiver 1 there in Pittsburgh would be interesting. I really wanted to see Jacksonville, as I mentioned earlier, but that did not happen. I would love to see, Buffalo, Kansas City, especially Kansas City. That would be just so fun with him and Mahomes. I want to say Miami because they love the speedsters, but I feel like the target volume just wouldn't be there enough. I don't think it's there for Worthy there, but I really hyped to see where Xavier Worthy goes. That's kind of my main point. I'm really excited to see.
Jesse, you may have figured it out based on my celebration that I got the next pick right. The pick for the Rams is indeed Jared Verse.
There we go.
Yep. There we go. Verse.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good, because I got like 8 in a row wrong, and I really needed a break. That last shot was like not going down so well.
You're like, yeah, thank you. Thank you for saving me from myself. This is exactly what it is.
This guy should over here shit talking me. LOL, this poor kid on here trying to be serious with you fucking guys. Fuck you, Todd. How about that?
No way someone commented that.
No, it's my buddy DMing me on Facebook.
Oh,
he said this kid over here trying to be serious.
Yo, that's amazing. Oh my
it's
god.
Hutch. He knows I'm just clowning around. He's fine.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Dude, this show's like 3.5 hours long with us filling the air for most of it. We got to do something to kill time.
Well, I think we've done an excellent job of that so far. We're like halfway there. We have like killed it so far. All right. So next team on the board, I'll just transition to it because why the hell not? We got Steelers. Are they getting their wide receiver like 1 or 2, like we talked about with Worthy or one of those guys? I think they're getting. I think if they're going to pick a wide receiver here, it's Brian Thomas. Yeah, he fills that need, which is like makes sense because you have Russ who's going to throw deep balls, right? And then you have 2 guys that can just go play down the field deep. Like that would be a lot of fun.
That makes sense here for me. I don't
know if Russell could do it, but I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, or Fields, whoever starts there.
Who do we got? We got the Steelers.
Yeah,
on the clock. Yeah.
My 2 options for the Steelers, I had Jackson Powers Johnson or Graham Barton as the 2 options. What are your thoughts there on either of those guys? I assume when I bring it up, that's what I have as their position of need. Okay, so Jared Verse announced. Steelers next on the clock. O tackle, corner, IOL, receiver, D-line. What are your thoughts, guys?
I think they wanted Mims, honestly. So I think that was the guy they were targeting because we've heard a lot of that talk lately. So that might have them pivot, but Toltano falling, like you could just take the tackle right here too, or you get the wide receiver too, like we talked about. Pick your poison with AD Mitchell, Brian Thomas Jr. Obviously, people like Thomas more than Mitchell, but the NFL seems really like Mitchell. So I'm curious to see where he particularly goes because I think both these 2 wide receivers are quarterback dependent on what they do. Like you can't just put them in any offense. I don't think they'll work. I think they both would fit in this offense. So this would be a good spot for either one of those.
Mims is who I have written in as my original pick for them. So I like your call there. What do you think, Hutch?
I think it's Brian Thomas.
Oh, you think it's Brian Thomas? Oh, the Steelers going receiver. I'm not going to lie. How much, given their history of how good they've been at drafting receivers, if the Steelers draft a first-round Brian Thomas, how high? Is he only wide receiver 4? Like, how high does he go in your rankings? 4 is his ceiling, maybe?
Obviously, the landing spot of the other guys could definitely make an impact, but I don't know. I don't think he'll move past Worthy for me. I really am that high on Worthy with the point. I just don't see it happening. But I mean, Steelers going Brian Thomas would definitely solidify him in that top 4. He'd be at least be in the conversation with Worthy for me. He'd at least be there. But I think he'd still be number 5.
What do you think there, Jesse?
Yeah, I think that'd be an excellent pick for them. Like he's that type of player that fits in this role of the range of the draft where he has some holes in his game. He's not a perfect prospect. Like we're not dealing with the truly elites, the Marvin Harrison League namers are kind of that tier down. But he's awesome player.
Do you guys remember when the last time the Rams drafted in the first round was?
It was like Cooper. It was Jared Goff, wasn't it?
It was Jared Goff,
Yeah.
dude, 8 years ago.
Okay, well, you
years
realize
ago, man,
that the phrase
first round
"fuck
pick.
them" picks originated from the Rams,
That's
right?
them picks, man. Yeah, I didn't know. I know.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
that's wild. 8 years ago,
Where it
not 8
came
years of not
from,
having
man.
a first rounder. 8 years of not having a first rounder.
You don't need first round picks when you're getting Kyron Williams and Puka Nacua late on day 3.
Bro. Exactly.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Just give your first round picks away. Just keep drafting again.
Who needs them picks, man? Who needs them picks? So we get the Steelers still on the clock here. Who did I lock in? I locked in Barton, right? Yeah, Graham Barton.
Sure. I actually don't remember what you said.
Graham
So,
Barton.
yeah, I'll say
Graham Barton. That's who I locked in. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I'll give them Quinyon Mitchell. He's still on the board. Take the corner, roll with it. I want to see him go off the board. So it might be a little selfish, but I think he would fit what they need to. So I'm fine with that.
What have we got? What have we got?
Pick yet? No.
Wait, what?
No, we don't have the Steelers pick yet.
We've got 6 picks without an offensive player.
I mean,
sorry. Without a fantasy relevant player, I should say. No, I mean, because there's been an offensive tackle, but I meant like tight end was the last one we had. Brock Bowers was the last one.
Yeah, there's all these guys that are like, the defensive line, defensive end, the tackles, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Anybody got a pick yet? I still have them on the clock, but I don't have anything.
Yeah, no pick is in yet for me. Keep refreshing my Twitter. I'm not seeing it.
Me too. Who are you following for your breaking news?
I'm looking at Schefter. I have Field Yates and I have Ari.
I was gonna say Ari's the one I normally get it from first.
Yeah, I have those 3 on lockdown right now on my notifications, so they're right up there.
Me too.
Yates, I put Yates on because he's at the draft, so he got that. He's got some intel there.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. We got nothing yet. We'll see. Continue to wait.
Aaron, who's your player profile guys that are breaking the news for you?
No comment. I don't want to out my sources. Well, there's only 3 guys there, and they've tweeted pictures of them on Twitter. So
that's what I thought it was. No worries. All right, so we got these guys, and then all right. Since you are an Eagles fan, let's talk Eagles for a second. Since
I have the pick.
You got it. Who is it?
It's
Fitanu. Troy Fitanu.
Yeah. It's Fitanu at 20.
That's a good pick for them. I like.
Yeah, definitely a good pick.
Sorry, go ahead. Continue, guys. I'll work on the graphic here while you.
No, I was asked Hutch about his fandom with the Eagles. Who are you most excited to see them potentially draft? Like, are there particular players you're hoping, or are you kind of just as a fan, you're more just like, I'll be happy with whoever.
Dude, if Quentin Mitchell continues to fall, they get him there. Because there were rumors they were tripped like 12 and get him. If he falls to 22 and the Eagles take him, dude, I will be ecstatic. I love Mitchell. He's a fantastic player. But I'd also be very happy with any corner, honestly, like any of the Cooper DeJeans, the Kool-Aid McKinstries of the world, the Nate Wiggins of the world. All these guys are really good in my opinion. I like a lot of them. So, and the Eagles need that so badly. Watching them last year was so unbelievably pathetic and heartbreaking. Their secondary was so disastrous. I'm really glad they brought in Cedric Gardner-Johnson at safety. They need that. They need that dog energy on defense, especially in that secondary. But they need another lockdown corner, and Mitchell would be so good for that. Oh my gosh, it'd be so nice to have him.
Yeah, this draft is like lining up perfectly for them to nail their corner the way this is falling, where they're not.
Oh,
the corners keep falling, so it's just like
I don't get it, man. I don't get how he's falling this far.
Yeah, I think he's awesome. Wow. Yeah, I'm with you. Like he'd be a shutdown corner.
6 quarterbacks taken in the top 12 is how he's falling so far.
Touche, sir.
Defense. Nobody wants anyone on defense. So what do we think of the Steelers pick there? Fitanu. Oh, tackle.
He's a very versatile offensive tackle who could do a lot. And he's a guy you could build an offensive run game around. Like I'm really high on Fitanu. I think the way he worked in Washington's system was excellent. And what they're going to do over there in Pittsburgh, I think is just going to be fantastic. I really like that pick for them.
All righty. 1 sec. I am bringing up the pick. These offensive tackles, I don't have the graphics made for some of these guys because I don't have the offensive players. There we go. Fitanu. OT.
There you go.
Who's that up? Dolphins next on the clock. All
Yep.
right, Hutch, you got about a minute left here. You want to take one more shot here. Tell everyone what it is you do, where they can find you.
Yeah.
Hey, my question is, okay, if you're going in Scott Fishbowl, did you get the girlfriend there in SFB with you, and are you in the same division? Because I think that would make for an interesting, like, season-long podcast of comparing the two of you where you are in the league together.
Oh man, that would be great. But no, she is not in the Scott Fishbowl. We did not get her signed up.
That's a
She's not
shame.
really in a fan. She doesn't really like. She's interested in it. She likes like following it with me, but she doesn't really know fantasy football. Like I would basically just be managing 2 teams at that point. But no, she's not in Scott Fishbowl. No. But it could be fun. Maybe next year I'll have to talk to Scott, see what I can do.
Ugh, is this draft over yet?
Another shot. Draft over yet. Oh my!
We're getting
God.
there. We're getting there.
We're
Not
getting there.
quick enough, we're not. So, all right. Thank you for joining us, Hutch. It was a pleasure as always. We didn't time this one as well. The last guy got to be on for his team, but you're gonna miss your team by at this rate, it could be an hour with the way they're taking these picks. But good luck to your Eagles. I hope they get who you want.
Yeah, thank you. See y'all.
All right, take care, buddy.
See.
And we've got our last guy of the night, Jack.
Hey.
What's up, Jack?
What's up? Yo, they saved the worst for last.
Or the best. However you want to look at it.
Doesn't matter. Everyone's good right about now.
Yo,
I'll tell you
shout
what,
out
it's
to
getting
the
harder
viewers.
despite when my buddies want to shit talk me, it's getting a lot harder to make these graphics. Have you noticed I'm not getting them out in as timely a manner as I once was? They used to be boom right up on the clock. Now I'm like Goodell, 5 picks behind with my graphics.
Just slowly bringing it up. You're like, we'll get it there. Don't worry. Just buy your time.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been watching this draft. It's been slow and boring. I was watching Ace Ventura when nature calls earlier.
Oh, it hasn't been boring. You missed the shitstorm, man. 6 quarterbacks and 12 picks.
Oh, I was following all that online. I saw the Penix fall up. That was hilarious. My buddy is a longtime Falcons fan, and I had to go like hit him up and talk to him a little bit and be like, dude, what the fuck? And yeah, he's feeling the pain. I think Falcons fans are very remiss right now. Vikings fans are elated. I'm ecstatic as a Steelers fan to see Fatan. I can't even say his fucking name right, but Fatanu fall to us. We needed offensive line help, so I'm just happy to see that.
You know what's amazing? We scheduled guests by the half hour, going all the way through for 3 hours, assuming that at the end of 3 hours we would be done this draft. We're gonna get through 3 hours here and still have like 12 picks left.
Yeah,
I mean,
things going on all night.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys got going on after this, but I'll stick around for a little longer, and we'll see how many picks we can get through.
Yeah, you're our last guest, so I think you're in for the long haul until we all fade and say fuck this. But hopefully they keep it going here. So we've got the Dolphins on the clock. O tackle, interior offensive line, D line, edge, and corner are their biggest needs. I have them locked in with the same thing as the last team. I have them going Graham Barton here. What do you guys think? Who do they need? What do they take? What's the plan?
I mean, selfishly, I want them to take any offensive player because I am in a really weird, 32 team league with shout out to John McGlynn. And it's like, you are the actual NFL team.
Are you in that league with us? Are we in the same league? Let me check this out on Sleeper. Is it the greatest league ever created?
That's the one.
Did you get spammed by some idiot adding player? Tell me you weren't the idiot I was shit talking. When this draft first started and we first started streaming, someone started adding fucking players to his roster for the first 5 minutes and I had to turn notifications off.
No, that was definitely not me.
FF Buffalo.
Yeah, I've got Miami Dolphins, so that's why selfishly, if they wanted to take, a Troy Franklin or a Brian Thomas here or an Xavier Worthy, I wouldn't hate it. But no, I do think they are probably going to go offensive line. I mean, they need to protect Tua with his jiu-jitsu rolls.
What did this dude do? He went on, added Malik Neighbors, Roma Dunze, and Brock Bowers, and then instantly dropped Roma Dunze, Malik Neighbors, and Brock Bowers. You could only draft players that were drafted by your team. What is he doing?
He probably didn't know. Maybe he thought it was like
He just thought they were all free agents.
All,
He
yeah,
thought he could
that's
serve.
how the league.
Well, what league has that happens? Even if they're fuck you, Todd. I'm seeing. Sorry, I'm getting text messages from friends as we're talking, and he's shit talking me, and I can see it. But no, like even if you're not in a league where you own the specific team players, in what league can you just randomly draft the rookie class as free agents? What the fuck are we doing?
The greatest fantasy league ever.
He's out here. He's revolutionizing the game, bro.
The Dolphins. It says the pick is in. Do you have who it is, Jesse?
Nope.
I haven't been paying attention.
No, I'm on a delay.
Wait,
up here in Canada, everything's
yeah, Chop Robinson.
Slower to get here.
Chop Robinson, the defensive end out of Penn State.
Fucking this guy shit talking me. Chop Robinson.
I was looking at the Eagles for a second. I was like, nope. I was like, oh. Wow.
Ah, fuck! I got another one wrong. This is not good.
I gotta run to the bathroom. Give me a second. I'm not gonna make it.
Getting dizzy. Not gonna lie. So the Vikings.
This is where it's like I get to just react because I don't live in the world of mock drafts and shit. I started one and I swear to God, I just was like, I didn't even have that much going on. I just was getting baked and stuff. I was like, I let it go. Didn't follow up.
He said I was just getting baked. Nice. I love it. Awesome. All right, 1 sec. I'm working on the graphic here. What do you guys think of the Dolphins taking Chop at 21?
Who'd they take?
Chop Robinson, defensive lineman.
I mean, for fantasy football, it's super impressive, I guess. No, it feels like all of the defense is just getting pushed down the board because of the stupid crap that went on earlier.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Jack does not play in any IDP leagues. His lack of enthusiasm for Chop Robinson. So.
No, I'm sorry. I really don't. Even in IDP leagues, like Chop Robinson's not going to be high up on my board.
I don't mind Chop. I think he's a first round pick in IDP rookie drafts, but
yeah, it's just
Jack does not share my enthusiasm for Chop Robinson in IDP leagues.
Like, can he play every down and do everything for you? Then yeah, like I'm on board with that. I just don't know if that is him or not. I guess we'll see.
All right, so the pick is in. Add it to the stage. Chop Robinson. Let's go.
Oh, got a sweet name.
That's not his real name. His real name's Demayuin or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's got an interesting first name.
Yeah, that's why he's Chop.
Yeah, it's a very long first name.
See, I'm not as familiar. This is why you guys brought me on last. Is because again, you want to have the worst for last. I don't really watch a lot of college ball, so I don't even know who this guy is.
All right, where's? I'm trying to look up his first name so I can find it.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to chase that one.
Hey, I don't blame you. You're double digits, man. You don't get no grief from any of us on that. You are old and strong.
Only 12. I shouldn't be struggling yet. I thought I was gonna start struggling like in the high teens, low 20s.
I'd be struggling after 2. What are you talking about?
12 is not the number I should be struggling, my friend. All right, so we got Chop. Let's go. Who's next on the board? We got the Eagles. Where are we on my board? The Eagles right there. Add to stage. Eagles need a corner, edge, receiver, tackle, and IOL. So this has got to be what? Quinyon Mitchell or Ray Straw or Cooper DeJean, I would assume.
Yep, I'm with you.
Jack's on just in time to get all the IDP guys. He doesn't give a fucking fuck.
Yeah, where's all the offensive players?
Jack's like, fuck these guys. I don't care.
I guess Terry Arnold's still on the board. No, there's been no corner draft. I just realized that. They got every corner.
I'd be curious to see if the Cowboys are going to really take a leap and maybe say fuck it and go running back at 24.
Well, hey, Jack, what team are you in that 32 teamer?
I'm the Dolphins.
Are you? So you were. That's why you didn't like that last pick.
No, that's why I was saying, selfishly, I wanted them to take
Okay.
a wide receiver like Brian Thomas or something.
Okay, I didn't understand why you were so mad about Chop. It makes sense now because it's not IDP. Okay, I'm selfishly saying the same thing. Like I want, as a guy who likes the Lions as the hometown team, I want them to take Quinyon Mitchell if he falls, but I wouldn't be mad if they took like Xavier Worthy or Brian Thomas Jr. or whatever, because I have the Lions in that 32-team league, and Jesse has Seattle, who took Byron Murphy. So both of you guys get all three of us might end up with defensive players in the first round.
So.
Holy shit!
I'm okay with that though. I'll take a good NFL team over the good 32-team fantasy league because it's 32 teams, man. That's gonna be a tough one to win.
Yeah. I'm still not even 100% sure like how that league works.
Me either. I have no fucking idea what's going on. In that league.
Get all your players that you want that are on your team's roster. You have to have them all added June 1st. Everything just goes back to a normal league. If you haven't added, I have the Lions. Say the Lions trade for someone June 2nd. I don't get them. You get your players that you had before June 1st, and then after that, it's just a regular league you can trade. So
what's up with the first round pick? Like, is that if your team brings in somebody before the June 1st date, like that's the first round pick? That's the confusing thing for me because I was like, I don't.
No, I think it's for rookie picks for next year, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, like I was
another draft this year. I don't think there's a draft this year. I think it's rookie picks for next year.
Yeah, so like if they draft an offensive player, right, that would be the first round pick, is what it is.
Oh yeah, maybe we don't do it. Maybe you don't get your team's player next year. I don't know. Maybe it's an actual fantasy draft. I'm not sure. I never really thought of that. That's an interesting question.
I fully don't understand the league at all. But I'm like, I'm in it. Whatever. We'll see what happens.
I don't understand most of the leagues I'm in. So take it personal. All righty. What do we got? Nothing going on, right? We're at the Vikings. Eagles are up next.
No, still, I don't know why it's taking so long for these. It feels like these teams, it's like chalk picks, and it's taking them forever to put them in. It's like it's just annoying at this point.
That's them milking it for the NFL.
My general complaint again that the draft should start earlier in the day. Like I have no idea why they treat this like it's a concert or something. Like they're literally just like they're making draft picks. Like I don't know the pomp and circumstance. I feel like for the NFL draft, maybe I'm like out. Like I'm out on it. Like
dude, this is the NFL though. They do this with the combine. Fantasy football and football fans in general are so hardcore addicts. They turn the littlest thing into just fucking media coverage. You know how much money they're making off of this NFL draft? That is stupid. This is almost like in Canada on fucking trade deadline day in the NHL, where they turn it into a day-long thing where you look in the States, you're like, why are we watching the NHL trade deadline? Nobody gives a fuck. In Canada, it's 12 hours straight of NHL trade deadline coverage. So
that is true. I will say I don't watch that either though. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's where I feel like sometimes I'm more of a casual than a hardcore.
Did you not say that you spent the first 10 picks of this draft smoking a joint and watching Dumb and Dumber? Oh no, Ace Ventura.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like I had it on my phone, but I'm like, I'm not one of these people that's like, I gotta have it on my TV and my computer and my phone. I'm like, I know what's going on. Like, I'm following. It's fine. Talk some shit on Twitter.
Jesse looks deep in thought here, man.
I was trying to read something. Sorry. One of my buddies who's a Falcons fan goes, "This is the worst fucking pick I've ever seen in my life." And
they need to hurry this shit up because my kid had surgery this morning. I promised him we'd go out for dinner here, and he's bothering me now. And I thought we were going to have like another 20 minutes in this, but this thing is fucking dragging on forever. We're 22 picks in, and it's been 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Yep. Gonna be a night.
Good God. I could get in the car, go hit the drive-thru, and come back and miss 3 picks.
You just bring your cell phone with you while you're just streaming it. You know what I'm saying? Just content, baby. You're like, we're at the drive-thru line getting food. What's happening? Yeah.
Need I remind you the problem?
Yeah. You're like, I'm going to call an Uber or whatever they have in Canada.
We'll be walking to the fast food place.
I'm looking. I don't even know how many
Quinyon Mitchell
offensive guys are really going here.
Yeah, like, Quinyon Mitchell. You're right.
Safe. You are safe.
Oh, that's who I said too, isn't it?
Yep.
Fucking right. I'm glad one of us remembered.
We're
See, that's
business,
where
baby.
you shouldn't have been honest to me, because if you had told me that's not who I picked, I would have believed you, because I can't remember
it's
who I
all good.
picked.
There's
I
more
forgot.
coming. I think we'll be fine. There's more coming. So
I forgot who I picked. Thank you. Awesome. Where the fuck is he?
Who's
Quinion
next?
Mitchell.
Oh, Jaguars. Take a wide receiver, Jags. Make it happen.
Oh yeah, they're on the clock now because they traded
There's
down.
gonna be
earlier.
another defensive pick. This is just boring shit right now.
We got Jack on just in time for nothing but defensive players.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Man, that's a great pick for the Eagles.
You might have been better off with Ace Ventura.
Like the revenge, because I shared a meme earlier of like a dude just sobbing, and it's just like the IDP crowd having to watch the first half of this draft.
Yeah, yet not anymore. It's been. Have we had an offense like a fantasy relevant player? Not since Brock Bowers at what 13?
I think so.
Yeah, and honestly, that was just to ruin Michael Mayer's day.
That it was.
Yep.
That it was.
I was part of that crew of like fantasy people who were like, "Oh, Michael Mayer could maybe be like this year's Trey McBride," and then I literally retweeted
anymore.
saying like, "Yeah, well, fuck me, I guess."
Fucking Todd in the comments shit talking me. Poor kid, starving. No, he ate not that long ago, but I
Who's your
bribed
son?
him.
How dare you?
I bribed him with McDonald's to go sit on the couch, not realizing this draft was going to take us 9 fucking hours to get.
Yeah.
Sorry, once we hit the 3-hour mark, we could wrap it up. It's not really. I don't know what we're missing. Well, actually, no, we're gonna miss all the
No,
good
because I want to see the Detroit pick at very least. What the fuck?
Oh, we got like at least an hour.
Yeah, I guarantee you, because the Cowboys, maybe the Cardinals, the Bills, maybe the Ravens.
I want to
definitely
stream
the Chiefs.
I want to stream long enough to watch Jerry.
Picks.
I want to stream long enough to watch Jerry Jones waste the first round pick on a running back.
Which one would it be? Yo, what if he's? I'm gonna actually be really. Okay, wait. I was about to say I'm gonna be sad if he snatches Blake Corum, because I have like 70% share right now of Corum on Underdog, because I'm convinced he's going to the Chargers. And then I watched the Chargers take Blake Alton. I'm like, fuck yes, that's perfect. Now get Corum, and like we've got a juiced up offensive line. We got everything we need. And it's like if they snatch him, that would be really funny, but also like still a good landing spot. But I've had my mind set on like Corum to the Chargers.
It's the Jags on the clock, right? I got the trade right.
Yep.
They traded with the Vikings. Good. So the Jags need a corner, receiver, edge, O tackle, and D line. You gotta almost, as a fantasy fan, pray this is a receiver here, right? But I think it's a corner. I think it's Cooper DeJean, maybe. Could be McKinstry. I think I'm going to lock in Cooper DeJean as my pick. I got the last one right. At least that's what Jesse tells me.
That's a good pick. I think they go there. They go wide receiver. Like, I mean, you have all the wide receivers available. Brian Thomas, like we talked about, AD Mitchell. You want speed? Just go get Xavier Worthy. But I think they actually do need someone that can do that. So, and there's also, I think, Newton, the guy out of Illinois, the defense tackle.
Newton. Yeah, I had him going like 6 picks ago, but
yeah, so you can go like there's still a lot of good players in the draft. So
yeah, a lot of good defensive players in the draft,
which is what they need, baby. They definitely need a corner though. Like you can get Terry Arnold. We talked about that'd be fantastic.
Okay, so just a sec. I'm working on this graphic here, and then I have a question for you because I think I get that. Okay, we had a ton of quarterbacks go, so that's great for super flex leagues. We had Brock Bowers go. We had the big 3 wide receivers go. If we don't see a run here of wide receivers in the very near future, this draft from a super flex standpoint it's great if you needed a quarterback, but the first round of this draft has now become what? We've got 6 quarterbacks, 3 receivers, and Brock Bowers. That's what, 10? So we're hoping that we can get 2 receivers taken here in the last 10 picks.
I think we'll get a couple more wide receivers. Yeah, but like it's just filling out. Like we still have those top 8, like we talked about, right? I don't think Penix or Bo Nix are jumping into the top 8 as much as people want to maybe do that, just because Penix is in a great situation in Atlanta. Bo Nix is actually, he can actually support weapons, and that's what he's got there. So we'll see. But that team sucks.
I was
So, I
gonna say
don't know.
Penix, the reaction I saw, like gut reaction on Twitter, basically was like everyone's just out on Penix. Like he's
okay. So I misspoke. So he won't be a first rounder. Do you think it means Nix is now a first rounder in Superflex? He's gonna start.
Broncos. Good lord,
he's gonna start.
I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. I didn't like Nix to begin with.
All right,
I could see it if you're like a rebuilding team and you're just like, I don't have quarterbacks, or I've got two ancient quarterbacks. You're like, I'm just going to take the chance that maybe he's Sean Payton's guy in 2-3 years because my team sucks too, and my team's 2-3 years away. But like other than that,
that's the problem though. So if you're not in on Nix and you're not in on Penix, right now we have 4 quarterbacks and 3 receivers.
I'm not in on Drake May either, so I'll just throw that out.
So, I'm going to include him still. So 4 quarterbacks, 3 receivers, and a tight end. That puts us at what, 8 picks right now?
That's the 8 we talked
and
about.
We've
got
out on Brock Bowers now too.
So basically, what you're doing, if you have a late first, if you have a pick 109, 10, 11, or 12 in a super flex, you're fucking praying that a couple of receivers go here because you need at least 4 receivers to end in these last 10 picks. Otherwise, like
there we go, Brian Thomas, Jags.
Right to the Jags.
That's actually huge.
That helps.
I actually love
massive.
That.
Yeah,
I actually kind of really love that.
Which is weird because then you have him and Gabe Davis. I mean, whatever. I don't really care too much about it. But
they had that hole to fill because obviously you lose like all those targets that went to Calvin Ridley. I don't see Gabe Davis as like a true wide receiver 1. Brian Thomas, man, he's a guy I really fell in love with in the draft process. It's like I'm not a metrics guy. I'm not the he fucking had so many starts in college and this, that, and the other thing. I honestly don't give a shit. I watched the tape and he passes eye test of like he's man size, he's fast as hell, and broke combine, and just like I think just like has like it as like a wide receiver 1. Landing with the Jags and Trevor Lawrence and a potential bounce back with Doug Peterson, I kind of love that situation. He might, I might take him ahead of Adunes now.
Oh, see, that one worries me because I'm not high on the player, but I don't hate him. I don't love out of all. If you had told me we had 4 receivers to end the last 10 picks, that's probably not the landing spot I would have hoped for. I'm hoping for the receivers who go to the end of the round here. I don't hate this landing spot, but I don't know, Jesse, what does the Jags landing spot do for you? I think it's a push. I don't think it's a win or a loss for me.
Yeah, like they have a lot of decent players. I don't think they have and I think Christian Kirk is a solid NFL wide receiver. I don't think they have any truly elite weapons. So you're basically taking Gabe Davis and you're upgrading him with Brian Thomas Jr. He's a better version of what Gabe Davis does, and he could do a lot more too. So, like getting him at the 1-9, 110, I think that feels really good with Trevor Lawrence. And you're getting a guy that we saw him miss Ridley a bunch. He's not going to miss Brian Thomas. Like Brian Thomas thrives downfield, he does all that. So I think there is a potential you can talk yourself into him, and he could be a really good fantasy asset late in first round picks. Like I'm all aboard that right now where we're sitting until we get other receivers falling. Like I'm fine pulling the trigger 109 on Brian Thomas.
Well, I'm also just looking like if you want to talk about the path to being the wide receiver 1 on your team.
Yep.
I mean, Roma Dooms is going to have to go through Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. Brian Thomas has to go through Gabe Davis and Christian Kirk. Like, tell me which one is an easier path to be the wide receiver 1. And it's like, and then on top of it, you add the fact that as much as I actually am a believer in Caleb Williams, he's still going to be a rookie quarterback. You have to project him for a certain amount of yards. Like, let's say in the best of absolute worlds, it's 5,000 yard season for a rookie quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Like, is that really realistic? No, probably more like 4,000 yards split across the running backs, Cole Kmet, 3 wide receivers now. Like, there's a lot of mouths to feed in Chicago. Whereas, like, yeah, I really see Brian Thomas as being able to ascend as easily like the second or third target, if not the first target in the offense.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Hey, next up we got Cowboys on the clock here. Did Graham Barton go?
Fantasy.
Well, I don't think so. Did Graham Barton go? We had Graham Barton go already, right?
I don't think
he did. Okay, so for me, my options here were either Graham Barton or Mims, who's gone, Guyton. So Guyton or Bart. I'm going to go Barton again here because I think they need an O tackle. So I don't think you're going to get your fantasy relevant player here. O tackle, O lineman, receiver, D line, running back. Although Jerry Jones, maybe he'll go running back here, knowing Jerry. But I think the pick for me is
it would be crazy for them to go running back. I think since as much as Jerry would probably do it, I don't think Steven would.
Yeah, Steven's better than Jerry's been. I think he's actually been pretty good. I'll take Jackson Powers Johnson. I think he's just a stud.
Oh, is Powers Johnson still on the board? I thought he was gone. It's Powers Johnson for me too then.
Yeah, I think either one of those guys is a good pick for them because you could take, like you talked about, the two offensive tackles, Julio Johnson. Or, I mean, I think you go, like, those corners are staring me in the face, and like the Newton, the defensive tackle out of Illinois, like, all those guys are just, like, really good. So I'd be happy to with them.
Oh, good God. All right. So who do you want them to take here, Jack? I know you're going to say an offensive player.
I actually think this would be a really good spot if they wanted to jump and take Troy Franklin, who initially I wasn't like a huge fan of, but the more I've kind of like gone through the process of evaluating the rookies and like when I was doing the rookie wide receiver list, I was like, this guy really feels too low on my list. And I think I was just kind of hating on the size, and he's rangy and he's tall, but he's real skinny. That kind of worried me, but I think I'm getting over that. And, besides CeeDee Lamb, it's like you've got an aged Brandon Cooks and not much else. You've got Jake Ferguson and not much else, and you got no running backs. So, and I think you just can't reach on the running backs. It's like I wouldn't mind if they wanted to take like a Troy Franklin or an Xavier Worthy, but they probably will take Austin Powers, whatever his name is, the lineman, or something boring here to ruin my time.
That's the spirit.
He's like some defender I've never heard of. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, because they have needs all over the place, right? Like,
this is the problem when you start doing a mock draft and you stop halfway. It's like you don't know. Plus, I had a lot of these defensive players going earlier, so it's like I didn't get this far in the draft.
And Dallas needs a tackle. Like, I think that's a huge need for them too. So they
just lost Tyrus. Dallas had honestly the worst offseason by far. Like they did nothing.
Yeah,
they did nothing. Not only did they do nothing though, they lost. Like they just lost shit and then did nothing. Also, it was the combination of both.
They just lost shit.
Yeah, it was like they went on a bus and like lost their wallet, and then like as they got off the bus, realized they lost it, and then like dropped their phone trying to call about it. And they're like, screw it, and went home.
Yeah, you saw that too, Aaron. I just saw your post on Twitter.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm working hard. I'm not tweeting in the middle of a show. That's unprofessional.
My bad.
You fucking call me out for tweeting in the middle of a show?
Well, somebody from our account posted it. So
yeah, the tweet was about you too, so fuck you. How about that?
That's why I was like, yeah, I saw that.
See if I say anything nice about you, dickhead.
You just start tagging SC and Jeremy only.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I'll try to look out for you, but thanks for making this awkward.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Yeah, well, so does booze.
Hey, that's true. If you put them together, we're cooking with gas.
Good God.
Bro, this is agonizing. My God.
I know. Because we're in a commercial. This has got to come back to a pick, right? There's only a minute and a half left.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, like, later on, once you get to, like, day 2 and day 3, they'll really just, like, skip over picks. But it's the first round. You think they're going to talk about it.
Skip over picks.
Well, like, if they go to commercial, it comes back and they're like, oh, yeah, they picked this person. Everyone's like, okay, whatever. We don't care about that round 6 guy.
I'm looking at the next one. I'm actually really hoping the Packers take a wide receiver next just to stick it to Aaron Rodgers some more.
They already have 12.
Just like they've got so many young wide receivers now. It would just be really funny if they're like, you know what, we really need another first round wide receiver.
What are they going to do? Draft another tight end? I want to see them time out is what I want to see. I think that would be fucking hilarious. They time out and then the Packers jump.
Ooh, Detroit traded up. They're on the clock, Aaron. Your boys just traded up.
Okay, so I'm taking that off the board then. So it's Detroit trading up for Quinyon Mitchell's gone, right?
Yeah, he just went, I think.
They didn't
Cooper
just
DeJean is still available, but yeah, Quinyon Mitchell just went like 2 picks.
The Lions trade up for, I don't fucking know.
An edge or like a lineman?
Who's left on the edge board?
I just fucking passed it. Where are they?
Verse is gone, right? Verse Latu. Who's gone?
It's Isaac at the edge is available. Newton's available. D tackle. I don't know if he goes.
Could be Wiggins or McKinstry.
Yeah, there's some like good edge guys, but they're around 2 rounds.
I don't know.
So.
I don't have
it's a cornerback
running
for
back.
Alabama, Terrion Arnold.
He's not gone already?
Nope, they just took him. They just took him. That's huge for you guys. You guys fucking needed a corner in the worst way, so that's awesome.
That's a great pick. I don't know.
Yeah, no wonder they traded up. I didn't even see Terrion Arnold available. It's like, yep, there we go.
I thought he was gone.
I'm curious what they gave up. I have no idea, but that's pretty
I don't know, but I thought he was gone a long time ago. That's a great fucking pick. I want to turn this up. Just that the fans are going nuts.
Yep.
Just a sec. I want to hear the crowd reaction. That's insane. I like that, though.
That's a great move for them. You get the guy you need.
Announce the fucking pick. They drafted an Alabama defender last year, too, didn't they? Brian Branch?
No, yeah, you guys did actually. Yep.
Second round, he fell to.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He was awesome. Jeez. This is a good pick. I like this.
Yeah, that's well done.
What'd they get with it?
Like, yeah. Was the deal? I don't know.
I missed it. He said it, but
I'm looking. I just can't get over this fucking draft.
That's nuts. All right, here you go. So, Cowboys get the 29th pick and the 24th third round pick. The Lions get the 24th and a 7th. So basically, you guys gave up a third round pick to move up 5 spots for Arnold, which, I mean, you need Arnold to make sense.
I wonder if they're going to cheer or boo when they announce it. I think they're going to cheer. This is the pick they needed.
I don't know why they would boo. I have no idea why.
So this is what I said, though. I thought a lot of these teams late would just take the defenders that were falling instead of taking like an offensive player.
Yeah.
So where is it? Let's bring it up on the board. The Lions take not that. The Lions, God damn it. Lions take Terrion Arnold, cornerback. I can't talk today. So the Cowboys trade back down to 29 then, right?
Yep, and they get their third round pick.
So the Packers are on the clock?
Mm-hmm. And the Packers are probably just going to take a lineman.
I'm going to mute the TV in a second. I just want to see what the crowd does here. Only because it's in Detroit.
Not really. Yeah, there's no really. I wonder if the Packers probably take Newton, right? Like that fits their need. I'm assuming.
Packers take. I have them taking a safety.
What, Newman, the guy from Minnesota, or Bullard from Georgia?
They might take that Cooper kid. He's not off the board yet.
Oh yeah, you're right. At corner. Do they really like? Yeah, Cooper DeJean would be a good.
Yeah, you're right. I have Cooper DeJean as the top pick.
Yeah, that really fits them.
Cooper DeJean is who I have. But we'll see.
Pulling up someone else's mock draft at the last second just to fucking be able to say that name out loud.
Is this really happening? As no corners going, and then all of a sudden Quinyon goes, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, let's go.
They are really dragging this out, considering the pick is good, hey?
These are the people that were going to do the short pick at 29. They had to scramble those jets to get them out here 5 picks early. Put the sandwich down. We got to pick.
Put the sandwich down. We've got to pick. I turned the volume on for like 3 minutes, and I already regret turning the volume on.
That's perfect. That's just perfect Put the sandwich down.
Jack, I know you're over your time here, Jack. If you gotta go, you can go, buddy.
Yeah, I'm real pressed for time here. I gotta.
No, I just wasn't sure. I know this is boring as shit right now. I know you're
Yeah,
bored out of
cool.
your mind with all
I'm
the
good,
defensive
I'm good.
picks. What do we got? We got 8 picks left.
Yes. I can't do math. 6. Yeah, 8. You're right.
Something like that.
Here, I'll tell you what. You'll lose me for 30 seconds, so I can just go power up real fast. I'll be right back.
No worries. I like
Welcome.
this pick.
Who? Who's that? Who's the guy announcing the pick?
Dude. I can't say it on air, but dude.
Just send it to me in the chat then.
You already know what I'm typing. But...
I have an idea. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep, I've seen it. And that is all I'm going to say about that. All right, so who's up? Okay, Packers. Just pick a dude. I don't even want to wait 10 minutes for you guys to pick.
Well, it's not a fucking... You know it's not going to be a fantasy relevant player. They don't need it. It's going to be
they don't.
A tackle. No, sorry. No, Cooper DeJean or Jersey.
Yeah,
Newton. Did Jersey and Newton go?
Yeah, he's still available. They can take him.
They need a corner, O tackle, O line, safety, D line. So I think they go Cooper DeJean or Jersey and Newton. That's just me.
Do they need like a center?
There's also that Wiggins kid, isn't there?
Wiggins, yeah. Nate Wiggins is available. The guy from Benson. Yeah.
Yeah, Powers Johnson is still. What?
All right, so the pick is in. Do you want to know who it is?
Yeah.
Jordan Morgan, the tackle out of Arizona.
Jordan Morgan?
Yeah.
Offenses or offensive defense tackle? I don't even have
offensive tackle. Yeah, he's like ranked as like the 40th guy or so. He's a little bit.
He's not even on my board for tonight. Good.
Hey, he's on our list of guys we covered. I know, or no, we didn't cover him smoking crack.
No, he's on off.
I know. I was like, wait a second.
Okay, good analysis. We didn't cover him. I'm smoking crack. All right. I'll put that on the bingo card of things
you
I
like
didn't
that?
fucking think
Yeah,
I
you
was
should
going
just
to hear
clip that,
tonight.
and you can post that whenever I say something stupid on Twitter.
Okay, where is what is it? B? Marker
Jordan.
created. Yes.
Uh-oh.
I did it. I marked it.
I was like, B, what do you mean? I was like, his name starts with a J.
No. That was me flagging it for where. Yeah. Who was it?
Yeah, that should go over well. That'll go over well on social media.
Jordan Morgan?
Yeah.
That's going to be a drop where from now on, anytime you say something bad, it's just going to, you know what? I'm not even going to use it on you. I'm going to use it on Jeremy. Every time he says anything, I'm just going to put, you're smoking crack.
We need a soundboard of stuff like that. Just dropped. You could just press the button and play them. It'd be fantastic.
We will. I'll have.
We have some good ones over the years. I'll tell you what.
Yes, exactly. All right. So let me.
All right. Who the Bucks take here? I have no idea, and I don't really care about the Buccaneers.
Who's left on? I have Adisa Isaac, I think, or Jersey Newton. I think I have a D lineman, preferably an edge. I think it's. I don't know. Who do you have?
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. They do need a corner, so they could go Cooper DeJean as well. Yeah, not gonna take a linebacker. It seems like a wasted pick. So yeah, I would expect him to go. Well, they do need an interior offensive lineman. All right, I'm putting it down. JPJ, Jackson Powers Johnson. Just pick the dude. Somebody take him. That mountain of a man.
Okay, I'll make a pick in a sec. I'm still getting caught up on the last one.
You're good. We got time. These picks take forever.
Oh. Oh. It's getting warm. That's the worst part.
Oh, because it's been safe for so long? Yeah. Ugh.
Well, we've been 3 hours into this show. 3 hours and 7 minutes. The bottle's not cold anymore.
Yeah. You need like ice or something.
Yeah. I have to start turning this into mixed drinks, I think. But what were we doing? Just a sec. And I was putting up the graphic. I'm waiting for it to load for who the Packers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Buccaneers. So that's what we need.
Here's your head.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful.
Jordan Morgan, OT. All right. And then
he's missing a hand. His hand looked like it got chopped off. Poor guy.
He played for Seattle. Was that joke in bad taste?
Not at all. No, he's not in the league anymore. It's fine.
I know he's not, and I'm glad you're a Seahawks fan and understood the joke I was making.
Yeah, if you didn't have a Seahawks fan in here, they'd have been like,
I know
the
that's
fuck are
the
you
only
talking
reason I made the joke, because I was like, he's a Seahawks fan. He's gonna know who I'm talking about. So what did I say here? I'm going with Adisa Isaac, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's also, you know what? I want to bring up one sec. I want to bring up my graphic here on the Bucks and their team needs: edge, corner, receiver, IOL, tackle. So yeah, it's got to be edge. I was thinking for a sec Jersey and Newton, but he's interior more so. I think it's Adisa Isaac. I'm gonna go with that. I'm not confident in it, but there's too many defensive players of the same range at this point right now that could all be the pick. So
yeah,
Adisa Isaac is what I'm going.
That's why I'm going to Jack Sparrows-Johnson, the interior guy, because I think he's well above the other one. So they're just going to take him. I mean, you could technically go wide receiver and get your guy to replace Mike Evans and or Chris Godwin down the road. But
yeah, Jackson Powers-Johnson isn't a bad pick either. But
yeah, let's hopefully I'm right. If not, I'll lose again.
What? Atlanta conspiracy theory. Atlanta Falcons know they're going to lose their first round pick, so they make sure they get their future guy this year.
What? Did they get caught cheating or tampering or something?
Yeah, tampering for Kirk Cousins.
But it's not going to be a first round pick, is it, for tampering?
I don't fucking know. Who was the last team? Miami got caught tampering and lost the first rounder last year, didn't they?
Is that why they lost? Oh, I thought they lost like a third. Maybe they did lose first. I don't know.
Even if that was the case, it's like, well, then you drafted a 24-year-old with multiple ACL injuries. Like, what the hell are we talking about here? You could have drafted. There were other guys that are younger that you could have taken that are like the, type of future picks that you have to hold on to.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense with signing Kirk Cousins. That's the most baffling thing. Like, if you want to go with him, sure, but why would you waste all that time with Kirk Cousins?
JJ McCarthy was right there. It would have made a hell of a lot more sense, especially like when you talk about like under the tutelage of a Kirk Cousins. Honestly, if they had taken McCarthy, I'd have been like, smart pick. They take an older, more injured, left-handed quarterback. Like, I also have a huge bias against left-handed quarterbacks.
So the Dolphins were penalized the first rounder for tampering with Brady and Sean Payton.
Oh, it was
last year. The Chiefs tampered with someone. I haven't read it. Someone on the Eagles. It looks like they were docked $250,000, a third, and a sixth. So we don't really have much consistency here. So.
Shocking. Yeah, that Brady story is bonkers. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Maybe it's because the Dolphins tampered with multiple players and coaches, and it was just one for the Chiefs.
So they took a tackle, the Buccaneers did. Graham Barton.
Oh, that's who
Isn't he technically like a tweener guy? Like he could play multiple positions?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So that makes sense. You can kind of plug and play him wherever. Yeah, this just big hog molly.
Why? What do they have him listed at? He's listed
tackle on PFF. He's just listed as tackle.
Yeah, he's tackle. Graham Barton.
Now, where do the Cardinals go?
They
need some help on the interior, man. Like interior, like Jack Sparrows-Johnson once again, our team. Or Newton. Newton's a good pick here too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Newton. They could. This could also just as easily be them going D back. So it could be.
Yep, I like that too.
More defense. Defense. That's what happens when the whole first round is offense, or first half of the round is offense.
Right. Just build up the roster. They got plenty of spots they need. So yeah.
And then the second half of the round is defense. It is swing, that's for sure.
Yeah, how many offensive players have gone? I'm curious.
One sec, I'll recap in a minute. I'm just loading up the next graphic for the pick is in on that.
It was like 15, or it was 14 in a row, and then the Colts broke it at 15, I think.
One sec. I'm just going to load this up. It takes like 5 seconds to process from Google Slides. So 26, the pick is in. Graham Barton, OT. So we'll go with, okay, can I zoom in this a bit? So we had Caleb Williams at, can I actually, you know what? I can show the whole fucking thing. I have this stream up. Okay, so let's recap. Caleb Williams at 1. Daniels at 2. Somebody want to keep track of offense versus defense? We're at 2-0 here. Daniels at 2.
So 14 straight.
Caleb, then Daniels. 3 was Drake May. Marvin Harrison Jr. at 4. Chargers at 5 get Joe Alt. Giants at 6 get Malik Neighbors. 7 is the Titans getting J.C. Latham. 8 is Michael Penix Falcons. 9 is Roma Dunze to the Bears. 10 is J.J. McCarthy to the Vikings. 11 is Olu Fashanu to
This
the
was
Jets.
surprising to me.
12 was Bo Nix to the fucking Broncos.
Honestly, what else were the Broncos supposed to do though? Like you already had all these quarterbacks off. They need a quarterback. Where are you going to go in with Jarrett Stidham?
So you draft someone else in the second. Anyways, Brock Bowers at 13 to the Raiders. Fashanu Fawaga. Blah, blah, blah. Did I combine
I
two
think,
names?
yeah, you combine their names.
I don't think that's his first name, but Fawaga to the Saints at 14. Latu to the Colts at 15. 16 is Byron Murphy to the Seahawks. 17, Dallas Turner to the Vikings. 18, Amarius Mims to the Bengals. 19 is Verse to the Lions. The Rams. 20 is Fatanu to the Steelers. 21, Chop Robinson goes to the Dolphins. 22, Quinyon Mitchell to the Eagles. I like that. 23 is Brian Thomas Jr. to the Jags. 24, Terrion Arnold to the Lions. 25, Jordan Morgan Packers. 26, Graham Barton to the Bucks, and that is where we are. We are now on the clock back to the Arizona Cardinals, who need receiver. They already got corner, edge, D-line, IOL, so I don't mind here. Nate Wiggins. Did Cooper DeJean go?
He's still on the board.
Cooper DeJean is my pick. It could also be McKinstry or Wiggins. Give me DeJean here.
Yeah, I like
It's
that.
19-7, by the way. I did actually count it. 19 offensive players to 7 defensive players.
Nice. Very well done. I originally had Kool-Aid as my pick here, so I guess I could stick with that. I think I had Cooper DeJean going earlier, so I'm going to stay. I'll go with Cooper DeJean, but like I said, my original pick was Kool-Aid because I didn't think DeJean would fall this far.
Yeah, me either. But
a lot of these teams got to be freaking ecstatic at what's happening. All these awesome defensive players sliding down to them.
This is like Bo Nix falling in the draft. Nobody's taking him. Well, who is it?
They took Darius Robinson out of Missouri, the edge.
Oh, that's not a bad pick. I
like that too. They need edge help, so like it makes sense. You get the guy on the edge and you just roll with it.
Darius Robinson, DN.
Well, so do the Bills get AD Mitchell because that seems like the most obvious pick for them?
I think the Bills are going to go with a defensive lineman, but
they could.
Or a cornerback. I mean, do I not have Darius Robinson in a graphic? What is this? I do not have this. Darius Robinson. We did a review on it. We did a sneak peek on Robinson, did we not?
I thought we did.
Yeah, we did. I don't know why he doesn't have a player pick. It must have been a late addition, and I probably added the graphic in myself. Oh well, I'll work on it. So Darius Robinson is the pick here for the Cardinals at 27. We are actually going to make it through this. What are we at? 3 hours, and so we're going to have going 3.5 hours. But what can you do?
We're getting there. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby at all.
Slowly.
Yes.
One sec. Let me just bring this up. What do you guys think of Darius Robinson to the Cardinals defensive end?
I think it fills a need, and just like playing the board, like we talked about with like certain teams doing that, letting the draft follow them. Like the Packers did that, the Seahawks did that. Good teams kind of just let it happen sometimes. And same thing.
How about the Cardinals? What do the Cardinals do? You say good teams do that, but what do the Cardinals do?
Exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, they'll get there. They'll get there. I have faith in the Cardinals.
This was a great draft for them, though. They're in my mind right now, like they're in the winner's circle with like the Vikings and the Bears.
Dude, has anybody looked at the actual screen? The Bucks are still on the clock on TV. We already have the Bucks pick in and the Cardinals pick. How far behind are they?
They are behind, folks.
That leaves the Bills on the clock, like you said. I'll leave this up for a sec before I switch to the Bills graphic. I don't want to rush. I just got the damn thing up there, so we'll take a second to digest it. Okay, fuck it. Bills, receiver, edge, D-line, corner, safety. So I think this is the most obvious choice we've seen in a while for a wide receiver. Where do we think they go? I had them taking Brian Thomas. I think my pick here is Xavier Worthy. What do you guys think?
AD Mitchell. That's the guy I think that they need, the guy that can stretch the field deep, and that's not Worthy. I think it's AD Mitchell, so I think that's who they're going with. But there's a lot of guys I like. You can make the case for
And
Troy
I'm
Franklin.
on mute. I'm on
Yeah,
mute.
you're good. I was like, it's silent.
I was gonna say, how about you, Jack? What do you think the Bills are gonna do? And then I'm like, why the fuck is nobody responding? Because I'm on mute like an asshole.
I'm hoping the Bills go wide receiver here. Honestly, I don't want to see them. I don't think AD Mitchell's it. I think they need the burner. I think this is where I would want to see them take again a Troy Franklin or an Xavier Worthy if you're going to go that route. You can't. Brandon Beane can't be serious talking about Khalil Shakir as a top 10 wide receiver, whatever the hell he said.
Yeah, I got on that one too. I guess it was a fake Schefter post, and I was like, damn it. I was like, okay, that makes so much more sense because I don't know what he's talking about either.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I didn't respond to it. Just again, I seen that online. I was like, Khalil Shakir. But no, yeah, I mean, they need somebody. They need bodies at this point.
Yes, 100%.
I wouldn't mind seeing them draft like a couple wide receivers. But if not, I mean, at this point, I would take either the best defensive lineman, like the interior guy we mentioned earlier. I already forgot his name, or Cooper DeJean.
I think those would work for them. They need help in multiple spots.
Who's the best interior lineman we had left on the
Newton.
board? Oh, Powers. It's Powers Johnson, isn't it?
Oh, interior offensive? Yeah, it's Powers.
I was thinking of Newton.
Oh yeah, so it's Powers Johnson or Newton. I think they got to go receiver here, right?
I think they would, but maybe they think they can go in the second. They could go back and go in the second. So because wide receiver is deep, so that's the one thing where they're like, you know what?
Edge is pretty depleted now, though.
Yeah, edge is looking kind of rough to tell you the truth.
So D line, so corner, we still have Cooper DeJean, right?
Yep.
So I would say I think they're going to go Cooper DeJean here and pass on the receiver, but I was flip-flopping between Cooper DeJean and Xavier Worthy. For fantasy, I hope it's Xavier. Okay, if this pick is Xavier Worthy, how high does he shoot up the board? Especially with how few players have gone.
What, high? They're going to have 3 guys that they're off.
I'm not even that. I've been pretty out on Worthy, and I would take him behind. Take him 5th, I guess, at that point.
I was thinking 5th. I like him better than Brian Thomas Jr. too, the Jags, if the pick is Worthy here.
Yeah, I like Thomas Jr. more.
Yeah, I think it fits better because Worthy was I saw a stat. He's the least efficient deep ball wide receiver in the college football of his time. It's just that bad. So I knew Josh Allen, the guy could go deep. So I don't know if Worthy, because they have Samuel and they have Khalil Shakir, they have those guys already. You're getting another guy who's obviously better than those players, but still it's kind of the same role. You keep shoving guys down the throat in. And then you have Dalton Kincaid, who's also going to play in the slot. It's dude, you need an X guy who can play outside.
Bills have traded the pick.
Ooh, to who?
I don't know. I just know the Bills have traded the pick.
Interesting. They must like a lot of different guys in this area.
I would love it if the Lions were trading back up here for a receiver.
That would be nice.
But I don't know. I know the Bills have traded the pick, but I don't know who yet.
Interesting.
So this has got to be someone trading back into from the second round. KC.
Yeah, KC could be moving up to get their wide receiver they want.
So yeah, this
is Franklin or AD. It could be something like that. Totally makes sense. It's only a few spots, right? I mean, the Ravens need a wide receiver. Cowboys need a wide receiver. Chiefs need a wide receiver. So those teams all need wide receiver. It's
receiver, O tackle, corner, edge, D line.
Kansas City's taking a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Well, wait. They're gonna get what's his face, DeJean, because they're gonna replace L'Jarius Sneed. So I bet you they take DeJean here. I bet you that's why they traded up.
Yeah, they don't seem like the team to trade up to get a receiver, which is going to be bad because
watch them end up just taking Powers Johnson because they do also need offensive.
Ooh, I could see Powers Johnson being the pick here. That is a good call there. Yeah, I don't mind that. I could see it being Powers Johnson.
Because they're gonna put him at guard then if they did take him there because they have Creed Humphreys at center, right? And he's one of the best centers in the NFL. So then he's just gonna play second guard for them, which he can do, I guess. Interesting.
Let's see.
So I wonder what the Bills got to move back like 2 spots, or was it 3 spots? Yeah, 3 spots or something like that.
From 28 to 32.
Oh, so 4. Okay, so it'll pop up in a second, I guess.
We are waiting because I don't have who the pick is or what they gave up. I just know that the Chiefs are the ones on the clock right now. That's all I have. Very interesting.
It is funny that the Cowboys traded down and they're like all in.
Yeah. Gotta love them Cowboys.
Yeah, there's no trade details out right now. I'm checking online.
No, and there's no pickup either.
It's going to take a second.
We're in a delay. What is this? 28 overall?
Yeah.
I don't have it on. My kid wants to play Fortnite, so I turned the TV off, and now I'm just going by what you guys are telling me.
Yeah, I'm just looking online, so.
I don't know.
Ooh. 28, 133, and 142. So that's what, like a 4th round pick?
Xavier Worthy. It's Xavier Worthy.
Is it Worthy? Oh, baby. People are going to be so high on him with Mahomes. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm about to go. Okay, I'm about to go flex on a dude who said Worthy wasn't going to be a first round pick.
Oh, and that's who I have locked. That's who I had as a pick on the graphic. Lovely.
Nice.
Awesome.
Let me look at this.
So Worthy has just shot up draft boards. Good God.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm going to be out on that.
I am not going to be out. I think he's a first round pick for me. I think he was already a first round pick for me, but
yeah,
I think he is now. He's not above my top 3. I am taking him over Brian Thomas Jr. though. He's my 4 right now.
I'm gonna have Brian Thomas ahead of him, but it's the same tier of players. Like fantastic offenses, good quarterbacks.
That's where you lost me. I don't think the Jags are a fantastic offense.
Yeah, that's true. I was more thinking about the Bills for a second there, so I was talking out of my ass. I'm thinking straight. Good offense.
Or I like the Chiefs offense, so I
like Chiefs offense better. It's interesting that they have him and Hollywood Brown because those guys comp eerily similar together. Those are that's kind of like the same player. So
I'm saying
they're going to play them all over the field.
More of a mismatch of they're just adding more McCole Hardman.
Oh, he just compared Xavier Worthy to McCole Hardman. Ouch. That's harsh. McCole Hardman. Ouch. Tell us where Xavier Worthy hurt you.
Hey, if you wanted to say
it's not even about Xavier Worthy necessarily. I mean, obviously the size and speed, not the speed, the size is an issue, but it's that's why he's so speedy and everything. But it's I feel like they're going to really want to use him in the return game. And historically speaking, I mean, you look at if you want to say the best upside is his career is Deshaun Jackson, D-Jax had 4 or 5 years in his entire career where he went past 1,000 yards. And it's those guys are great for best ball. They're not the best for when you're playing redraft and dynasty and having to decide when you want to put them in your lineup.
So who's on the clock now? It was the Lions. It's the Cowboys?
Cowboys. Who could also take a wide receiver here.
Lovely.
That's where I'll be taking a lot of Xavier Worthy risk is in best ball. If you're telling me, hey, on underdog, I'm going to be taking a shit ton of Xavier Worthy, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. But if you're in redraft dynasty, I'm going to take Xavier Worthy and decide when I have to start him. Good luck.
Yeah, I do. We've seen it with Hollywood Brown. I think he can very much do kind of what Hollywood's done in his career. They both have issues as far as they're not going to be complete NFL wide receivers. So it's not going to be a guy that's going to earn 150 targets, be a true alpha number 1, but they can be good players in offenses. So in the late first, I'm fine with that.
Let's see. So we think the Cowboys
He's like
are on the clock.
really miniature. Like there's a part of me that wants to believe like maybe, just maybe I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. I always say like I want to be wrong about players. Like I want players to succeed, but it's like I don't see him being the next Tyreek Hill. Like I do see him being just among the collection of Chiefs wide receivers that sometimes has a good week. Sometimes it'll be Hollywood. Hell, sometimes it'll still be MVS or whatever other jabroni is there in the building. Like ultimately, the only two pieces I really trust in this offense still is, I mean, Pacheco to a degree, but it's Mahomes and Kelsey still.
Oh yeah, and Rashi Rice is there too, right? So it's just another body where it's gonna be tough for them, man. It's gonna be tough for them.
Who do we have going to the Cowboys? So the Cowboys need. So like this for me feels like Tyler Guyton or Powers Johnson.
Yeah, I like Powers Johnson. I've been trying to get him to last like 5 teams, so yeah, I'll go Powers Johnson.
Oops, that's not what I was trying.
I have to believe like they traded back because they're gonna make the responsible pick and take a lineman.
Almost done, Chase.
Yeah, I think that's why they traded back, and you also saw the Bills trade back because I think they think they can get their guy if he picks later. So makes sense.
This is still them announcing the Chiefs pick. So that leaves us with what? 4? Cowboys, Ravens, Niners, Bills.
And Bills. Yep. Oh, you called it. Tyler Guyton pick for Dallas.
Is it Tyler Guyton? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What was that? 28.
28. Or sorry, 29. Let's pick 29. My bad.
Yeah, 29.
I just feel like these last 3 picks are going to take a half hour.
Because they are.
And then we get the Ravens, who need a wide receiver. They could go get the deep threat. They also need other spots too, but
one sec,
they need some offensive line and some defensive line after all the people departed from their team.
No, the Ravens or Niners, I feel like one of them is going to take the Powers Johnson kid.
Yeah. Because that's what they talked about with the Ravens when they get Linderbaum at the center. They wanted to have big guards to insulate him because he's a short center and he has small arm length. So, like, the way that he gets successful, you get really big, powerful, strong guards that can work with him. So, yeah, like, if they get a big body guard, I can totally see it. Which Jackson Powers Johnson is a tank of a person. So, yeah.
Mitchell, like AD Mitchell would be interesting if he went to the Niners because then potentially you have the ready replacement for Brandon Ayuk if you want to trade Brandon Ayuk for future picks.
I'm surprised Ayuk hasn't been traded yet. I wonder if they'll trade him on the clock.
I figured one of them would get traded.
I don't know. I wasn't that surprised. I feel like it's harder to trade a player. Like when you're in the, like think about it like from the perspective of being a general manager of like you're in the draft. It's like you get to pick a fresh new player or trade for this other guy that's like older and like on another, I don't know. And then you got to pay him. And it's like, I feel like it's harder to eat that when you're actually like in the moment of the draft versus like even a day or two before. Where once you're in the draft room, I feel like it's hard again to be like, yeah, I'm going to trade my first round pick for, a wide receiver who's going to have to get paid on his second contract. And if it doesn't work out, like I look like an idiot.
Tell that to the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
So who's on the clock now? We've got Ravens,
Yep.
Niners, Bills to end it.
Yep.
Okay, let me bring up the Ravens graphic. The Ravens need receiver, tackle, edge, corner, IOL. I'm thinking the Ravens go. I had O-line, but all the O-lines I would want are gone. I do like
to see them take a wide receiver.
I feel like they might go corner here.
They have a few needs, yeah.
Who's left? Wiggins, McKinstry. Is Cooper DeJean gone yet?
Nope, he's still available.
Cooper DeJean might be my pick then. I don't know. I don't feel like I don't have a good read on this one. They could go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not really sure with them either. Where is there's player draft position. Okay, let's open up to the right.
Just for like the sake of argument, if they took like a Troy Franklin or an AD Mitchell, I think I would honestly take them above even Xavier Worthy. I'm going to be super out on that. I don't know. That one to me is just like, we've been down that siren song so many times. That's the fool's gold.
Yeah, I think he's just better than those guys have been. I do worry about another wide receiver in this Baltimore offense. We've seen it. Like we kind of talk about that. It's the same situation with Kansas City. These guys continue to fail outside of Zay Flowers. But like before that, it's just been guys that miss and miss and miss. So yeah, I think both of these positions, depending on where they play and who they are, like it's going to be an interesting dichotomy between those two players if a wide receiver does go to Baltimore, because people are going to be in or out on both of them.
I mean, even Flowers I see as like more of a kind of secondary wide receiver. Like you need like Flowers alone doesn't work. I feel like in an offense, because it's too easy to key in on a guy like that. Like you need the field stretchers and or the generational tight end to be able to free up. Like the whole point is that you're trying to get that guy in space. If you can't get him in space, he's kind of useless.
Yeah, I think like he kind of reminds me of Rashee Rice for the Chiefs. Like they both have that similar role in the offenses.
I don't want to leave that the actual feed up too long. NFL loves to take down copyright videos, so
yeah, I just realized that. I was like, oh yeah.
I don't really want to have it up for too long. I was just using it in between while I was watching it, but
no, you're fine. I think we'll be all right. I don't think the NFL's hot enough for us with our like 100.
No, but they love to come back later and take it. And we're gonna have an entire fucking 4-hour video taken down because we showed 3 minutes of it. So
yeah, we could segment it into each person we have on.
No, we'll be fine. It was like 3 minutes in the middle of nowhere, so we're good.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to leave it all.
Yep.
I still have no pickup for the Ravens, though.
Yeah, I just oof. They do really need a wide receiver, man. All right, screw it. Give me AD Mitchell. I'm absolutely gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate this pick so much. Or no, let's do Troy Franklin. Let's mix it around a little bit. I think Troy Franklin can be fun.
I go Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. I'm kind of out on Troy Franklin, so that was me being selfish, picking the guy I liked less. Where I was like, take this guy. I'm not going to want him in Baltimore, so take him, please.
So considerate of you.
Yeah. It's like at this point in time, I don't care. Yeah, and there's also like Newton still available on the board. I'm kind of surprised he's fallen so far. Oh, it's Nate Wiggins, cornerback. We did nail the position, the wrong guy.
Well, I said Wiggins or what's his name originally. I also said McKinstry. At this point, they're all the same. So it was Wiggins, McKinstry.
Yeah.
Who? Wiggins?
Nate Wiggins, yeah.
Okay.
The Clemson quarterback.
What's that, 30?
Yep. We got 2 spots left, baby. 2 picks, and we're done.
All right.
Thank God.
Powering through. Aaron's about to make it till midnight. You guys are. It's a little bit earlier for me.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm old. I told Aaron straight up, like I took a nap earlier. I set my alarm for like 10 o'clock so I would wake up on time.
Yeah, we had the King Sports guy who's in England, and he took a nap before the show too. I was like, nice.
Hutch looked like he was ready to fall asleep too. I don't know if we were boring him or not.
I think he goes to bed early. Hutchinson very much.
He's like 16.
Yes.
It dawned on me at some point when my kid walked in the room that he's closer to my son's age than my age.
Yeah.
And my son's 9.
I was like talking to him, but like he made a post Hutch did of like asked me fantasy football questions, and I asked him if I offered you $1 million, like would you quit fantasy football for the rest of your life? And typically he was like, no, of course not. I love fantasy football in the community. I would not quit for $1 million. Like, yo, fuck y'all. You'll never see me again.
That's what I said. $1 million? Fuck.
And you know what's funny? It's like, I was like, it's very much a young man's answer. It's like that Pete Davidson bit where he's like, it's the would you suck a dick for $1 million game? And it's like, of course, when you're young, you're like, no, of course not. Because you live at home with your parents. You don't have responsibilities.
You give me $1 million, I will light my podcasting equipment on fire mid-show until it cuts out. So yeah, we're good. What do we got left? The 2 Super Bowl teams?
Yes.
Oh no, we don't. We have the Bills and Niners. Niners and Bills.
Bills are close enough.
All right, Nate Wiggins at 30. Niners need O tackle, corner, IOL, edge, and receiver. So this has got to be what? Either Cooper DeJean, McKinstry, or Powers Johnson.
Yeah. They can
Who's
go
left? I got to
interior.
bring up the board here. Who's left?
Frazier and Haynes at guard would be like, or center would be good for them. I don't know.
No, but I'm looking. Who's left out of the consensus mocks that hasn't been taken? I'm sure
like
there's
the
someone.
high guys. Yeah. It's
Yeah. Who's the falling guy? I'm gonna look through it right here. Just a second. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up. And then we'll just look through it because I'm sure there's someone who's falling. Yeah. So these guys have all gone, right? Stop me if you see anyone who's still on the board. Graham Barton. He went right.
Newton's the first guy.
Newton. Okay. Newton, DeJean.
Yep.
Newton, DeJean.
McKinstry.
Kool-Aid. So that's what? A DL, 2 corners, and Ladd McConkey?
Yeah. Zach Frazier's another guy hasn't gone yet. Leggett. Just go bold, take Leggett.
Yikes. I like Fisk, so it's interesting.
Old ass McConkey.
Yes, sir.
So they've got some potential. There's some players who could still go.
This would be an interesting one for Troy Franklin, too.
That's my man, SC. You know what you're talking about.
So at the end here, let me look. We've gotten the last few picks. We've gotten cornerback, tackle, D end, wide receiver, OT. So literally, out of all these teams where we thought the big wide receiver run was going to happen, with 2 picks left, we've got 1 receiver out of that group, and it was Worthy. Yeah. So that's what I said.
5 wide receivers go?
Yeah. Well, okay, but I mean, we thought it was going to end. So we got Brian Thomas in there in the middle, but 5 wide receivers. We thought it would end a little. Like I seen people saying 8 wide receivers.
Yeah, I think the over/under was 6.5. I think we'll get one of these, and it's probably going to be the Bills, and that will lock it in. We'll get 6.
I don't think Ladd or Franklin go.
Well, no, tomorrow. Did you say tomorrow?
No, to Baltimore or the last 2 picks.
Yeah, I think the Bills take one of them, whoever they want to take, whichever wide receiver. I think that's who they're taking. But
okay, so I had the Niners taking Jordan Morgan, who is obviously not the pick now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it yet.
Yeah, me neither. I got nothing.
Come on, boys, break this. Let's go. I want to get these 2 picks done so I can go. I got to get my kids food and head to bed. I'm tired. We've been going at this all day.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long day.
Surprised your kid's gone with the wife, you said, right?
Well, they came back a while ago, like 45 minutes ago. They've just been chilling out there.
Yeah, because your podcast has gone fucking forever tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it has.
Got nothing here, eh?
Just staying quiet, I guess. Not gonna break it till you get back from a commercial, I guess. All right.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
Yeah.
I don't have the stream up, so I don't know if it's back from commercial or not. Give me 1 second, okay?
It's not. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You got time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the Xavier Worthy debate's already super hot on Twitter right now. I'm just looking at
it would be.
Is Xavier Worthy your easy wide receiver 4 now? Worthy is getting drafted ahead of Rome in 9 out of 10 drafts.
He's a first-round pick, though, in the Superflex.
Oh, he's 100%. You can't go round 1 wide receiver to Patrick Mahomes, not name Kadarius Toney, and not have them go in the first round rookie drafts. Those guys are just get steamed up.
I'm not falling for that again.
Yeah, I think it's interesting with both Rome and the tight end Bowers going to spots with good wide receivers in front of them. Like if the community is a little bit lower on those guys, even though it's like, well, especially Rome's really good, like Caleb Williams, but Bowers is freaking the Raiders, and everyone's like,
okay, but so we've got we're excluding the 2 shitty quarterbacks that nobody wants apparently because of landing spot or talent. So we've got 4 quarterbacks, 6 receivers, 5 receivers. What are we at? Assuming
6 if you include Bowers as the wide receiver.
No, okay. So 4, 5, and 1. So that's 10. So assuming that Cooper DeJean is the pick here for the Niners.
Yeah,
so assuming that the last pick is not a receiver, we don't have a first round full of first round picks. We have 10 right now.
Like you'll
12, if you want to include the Knicks and Penix, we have 12, but
you're gonna get early second round picks with guys going. Like a lot, like Carolina is for sure gonna take a dude. Like some of these guys are gonna fall into spots that aren't too bad. It's just like we did in 2020 with Higgins and Pittman. Those guys were like, they were still first round or like close to it, and they were just values.
But so is it possible you think? I think it's more likely now that if whichever running back goes in round 2 here, I think they're going to jump up into the second round just because we're losing options. I think we expected a lot more receivers to go. So
yeah, I think a running back, and if like a Cowboys take a running back, he's for sure going into that late.
What? I have conflicting reports.
No,
I have one that said Cooper DeJean. I have the other one that said Ricky Pearsall is the pick.
No, I'm looking at PFF. It said it's Cooper DeJean.
Harry Maroff says the 49ers are taking Ricky Pearsall.
Let's fucking go. I'm so hyped for that. I love Ricky Pearsall. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see because they're both here. Let me listen to
the guy you said that's kind of like a 50-50 one.
Oh no, Harry Maroff's the guy I trust. He's the one I follow.
Yeah, I'm on the PFF website. It says it's DeJean, so I don't know. Interesting. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, he says it's Maroff.
They haven't.
Maroff says it's. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I'm watching the draft right now, and it just still says the pick is in. That's all it says. So we'll find out soon.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, all right.
So we don't know. Ricky Pearsall is fucking interesting.
I love you some Ricky Pearsall.
Hilarious.
Ricky Pearsall so good.
What did Sleeper just say?
I did not read it. I'm victory lapping this Pearsall pick, even if I'm wrong.
Sleeper says Cooper DeJean.
Damn it! Boo! All right, I'm deleting this tweet.
Don't yet. We don't have confirmation on it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just like a quick little POS tweet. Doesn't matter. I can just put it together in 5 seconds. So
this one's interesting. I haven't seen.
Interesting.
I haven't seen conflicting report, or I haven't seen a.
Oh yeah, no. PFF says it's Ricky Pearsall now.
Oh, so what the fuck happened there?
Let's fucking go, baby.
So does Ricky Pearsall now become?
Well, I mean,
does he now become a first round startup pick?
How's he gonna get any targets? They gotta trade Ayuk. Like I'm assuming they're trading Ayuk or something's gotta happen because. Why would you take Pearsall there when you have that? Just I don't know, man. If they trade Ayuk though, I'm gonna be high as fuck on Pearsall. I'll tell you that right now.
That's a high pick for. I never imagined Pearsall would get that high a capital.
Yeah,
wide receiver 6 off the board, first round pick.
Yeah, he's he's my wide receiver 6. And I'm gonna put him above Worthy, so he'll probably be my wide receiver 5.
You thought the Worthy hype was getting out of control, Jack? Wait 20 minutes till the fucking Pearsall hype gets going.
Don't get me started on Pearsall, baby.
He's already
I will lead this
over there. So.
I will.
I'm not gonna lie, this draft is like a reminder of like why I always trade away my rookie.
Panthers are just are taking 32. The Bills just traded down again. Panthers are on the clock.
Bills are playing smart, man. I don't know what they're getting, but
so is this the Panthers taking a receiver here? Or?
I would assume so. But the Panthers trading up, man, they have like no draft capital. All right, Panthers.
Have you been putting SC's comments on the board?
They gotta be taking a wide receiver here. I would be shook at
Ricky baby. Oh, receiver. This is such a good way to end the night. I'm so thrilled with this. Let's go. Take Lab McConkey so people can just get.
Yeah. I mean,
and then you have 2 good target earners in that offense.
I love McConkey. I don't want him to go there. I would like this to be Troy Franklin.
So to end the night here, this is what they need. Receiver, edge. Yeah, this is going to be...
Troy Franklin would be actually like the perfect pick for them here to like complement Deontay Johnson and Adam Thielen.
Yeah. I wouldn't really. Thielen's getting old, man. I don't know how much longer you can count on him. He's like, what, 34? It's going to come
but he's still, it's the same thing I said last year. It's like he's the first down and red zone read. Stop looking at Thielen like a wide receiver and just pretend he's like a skinny tight end.
Well, yeah, the problem is they had nobody on that offense. They were forced into doing it. And he was fine. Like, he did what they needed him to do. I think if you bring in like a lad, then you can kind of play him inside and outside, mix and match. So I think, but yeah, Franklin's a good fit, man. Like, he's a solid player. And I think Franklin would be a first-round pick. I also think Ladd is going to be either one of these guys, wide receivers, if they go, they're a first-round pick.
This scares me for what Carolina's doing. This is not going to end well, I don't think.
Jordan Schultz just said an AFC GM texted him about the Chiefs picking Worthy, and he said, "Fuck me." People would be terrified of Worthy with the Chiefs, man. That's some serious speed they have in that offense now.
Anybody got a pick yet? I do not.
Nope.
I do not have a. What the fuck?
I'm still like, I'll be wrong on it. I'll 14. I'm wrong. There's no way I'm just not going to be taking many Worthy shares in my dynasty leagues.
Oh, I mean, it's fine. Like, I think he'll go in a range where you have other guys that you can take. Like, you talk about, you don't like him. You can take whoever goes here, Pearsall goes there, whatever. Like Brian Thomas. I think Brian Thomas.
I won't have to worry about it because again, I always trade away all my rookie picks all the time. But theoretically speaking, if I had my rookie picks at like 109, I'd be stressing out. Like it's like because I get it. It's like if he hits, it's gonna hit like a mother. But
come on, Xavier Leggett, they took him.
You're kidding, right?
They fucking took him. So for that. Well, you did not need to straight up take Leggett, bro.
That is just doubling down on some nonsense,
dude.
You could have gave me like 5 guesses, and I wouldn't have even thought of Leggett. And I saw the reports that they were like saying they wanted to do that, and I was like, "There's no way. That's got to be just cockamamie online crap."
Yeah. So the problem for Thielen is he's playing the Thielen role in that offense. Like that's what he's got to be a big slot to like succeed. So he's coming for that role. So I don't know if he's going to take the job in like a year or two, but. Yeah, Deontay. I'm not worried about Deontay Johnson at all in that offense. Like he's gonna get a ton of targets.
Interesting.
Oh goodness, man.
I'm worried about Bryce Young.
Yeah, I mean it's better than freaking Mingo and those guys, but goodness gracious.
Wow, what a way to end the draft.
If I can ever get the graphic to work here, I'm having technical difficulties, of course, on the last pick of the night, too, eh?
Yeah, which means Ayuk is going to get traded. Like, Ayuk's getting traded from San Francisco just because that's so much smoke, and you don't take Pearsall to have him as your wide receiver 4 on that offense. Like, that's stupid, right? So, somebody's moving. If it's him or Debo, one of the two.
I don't know. Teams do stupid things. You can't.
Well, we saw enough of that today.
Like trading up to take Xavier Leggett.
SC's hyped. Let's go. So Leggett's like, I think even JJ's like his model and stuff spitted him out kind of high because of how good his last season was. But yeah, he's another risky player. Like that's just what he is.
One sec. I just want to wrap this up properly here. I hate that it's not finished. So one sec. Let me load the graphic up. I know we're all mercifully about to come to a close here. Thank God. That was painful at the end. All right. Let's bring up the 32nd and final pick after a fucking ton of trades to end it here. What's that? Leggett. How many shots are you, Aaron? I think I didn't count the last one. I mean, 15 or 16, I think. I don't know.
A hefty number. Yeah, we're doing strong.
That's what's left. That's what that was full.
So there's supposed to be 23. Wait, well, did you?
It's supposed to be 26.
You're in Canada, right? So it's a different size, right?
It's supposed to be 26.
Oh, the 2-6er. All right.
Yeah, there is about, I would say there's 6 left. Keep in mind, this shot glass, I was pouring it to the top. I think I was over pouring because halfway through, I was like, there's not 6. There's like, because there's supposed to be what? So there's supposed to be 12 left. That's not 12.
No.
So I don't know. I'm somewhere between 16 and 18. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, so the last pick we conclude. Carolina takes Xavier Legette with the 32nd pick. Good God. So we're not going to bother recapping. We've been going a long time, and that is how we are going to end it. We will be back tomorrow. Not sure if we're doing anything during the day. Maybe we're doing a mock draft now, but I doubt it. You know, it's kind of a waste to just, unless we're going to do just a 1-round mock draft or maybe a recap. But at very least, we will be back tomorrow night from 8 o'clock till 11. I think we're not going to go as long tomorrow night. To everyone who joined us on the show and to everyone who won a giveaway, Brad, congratulations. Thanks, Jack, for staying a little extra for us and closing the night out. Take care, everyone. We will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. at very least, or during the day if we bring a little extra on. Take care, everyone.